The Brethren of Chaos podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Brethren of Chaos podcast. We're on the big 3-1, episode 31. Last week, I can't even remember.
What was it?
Weeks is fucking dragging recently.
I can't remember what we did.
Yeah, we were speaking about the 27 Club.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking 27 Club.
all that stuff. This week, you got me, Cal, and you got Steve, and we've got a very, very, very special guest.
Not that special.
We got
Kula.
Most people know me as that anyway.
Yeah.
So I've adapted that name from other things like DJ Kula, and I've just took it onto my exploring
Exactly.
name,
Yeah, which
Which
is
is-
what,
Which we've been out in now.
which is Kula Explores.
Cooler Explores.
we might have to bleep that one.
It's
We'll
alright.
we'll put all the all your handles, everything on our page. We'll
Yeah, it's just
make sure people go and have a look because
Yeah.
what
check
I've
them.
seen, it's some good stuff.
Tasty stuff. Interesting stuff.
You don't want homeowners coming after you because abandoned doesn't necessarily mean
Not owned.
not owned.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
So-
but yeah,
Yeah.
you can find me. Anybody got an issue with me? Come and find me. No.
How are we, boys? Are we okay?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, though, it's very hot.
Oh yeah, we're in the UK right now. We're in the middle of a heat wave. It is sticky as fuck in here.
It's probably average everywhere else around the world, though.
No, it's fucking lighting up. Like the continent of Europe is on fire, Steve.
No, I mean, like, what the temperature is here.
Oh
It's
yeah,
probably
no,
like-
but this is the thing. I know it is average, so like
Yeah.
30 degrees. Like, oh, what is that? But we're not built for it. These
No.
buildings aren't made for 30 degree weather.
Yeah, we have
The roads are melting, Steve.
it's all sticky roads. Yeah, we had a bit of an incident with the with a fan before.
Yeah, I almost lost my thumb.
Yeah, Cal put his hand right into the blades of a fan. I don't
Yeah.
know why you did that.
It didn't have a cover. I just expected it to have a cover.
And you just what? But what did you think when you put your hand into the blades? You thought they'd just stop.
No, I just didn't think. I thought I'm picking up a fan. I didn't think of that fan. I just thought I'm picking up a fan, and I just went to grab it.
I'm just glad they're not metal blades.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
That's
and
it.
your fingers would be all over the place.
That would have been a delay to the podcast. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very sticky.
really hot. What have you been up to? Anything exciting?
I haven't really done this weekend. I haven't done anything. I was playing darts and chess with Matty
Finally got that
last
chest.
night. Yeah, been looking for everybody.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to play chess. Do you like playing chess?
I like playing chess. I'll play at chess.
There we
you can play.
I got I found it in a charity shop again because I do like going in charity shops. It was £2. It was a 70s retro chess game where you can play. It's a computer with a digital screen, and you can just play
It's
it.
70s.
It's like a 70s game, yeah. It's
What
like
the hell?
it's got like a red like digital screen, and you press
Oh, I know what you mean, yeah.
A7 to C3, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
press enter, and then it's got like a little mini computer
Yeah.
inside it, and then it'll choose. It'll take its move, and then you press enter, and then you do yours.
That is pretty
But
cool, actually.
I'll take a bit. I'll show it you one time, but it's
Yeah.
just on my shelf. I just, like I said, semi-harder. Hence the reason why I brought you a gift.
Oh yeah, we've
Exactly.
got a cool
It's
gift.
not a genuine gift. It's because my house is getting full of stuff. And
Just want to get.
trying to give it away.
I'm trying to kind of move stuff out slowly. So if there's like a bin on my way to work or something, just drop something in it. Just one thing. Then that's one less thing.
Yeah, you can always drop some stuff off here.
Yeah,
Fill the table up with interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So DVDs. I have no use for them.
Yes, I got rid of all my. I had thousands. I've done actually. I haven't got rid of the DVDs. I've took the cases off them, the plastic cases. So I've just got the paper and the DVD, and I fit them all into a little box now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like thousands of DVDs, just all compact into a box.
I'm trying to be minimalist,
That's
but it's
it.
not working.
How do you know what DVD you're looking for then?
To be honest,
How'd you
I
find
don't
the
even go
DVD?
through them. They're just.
Oh, you just wanted to keep them.
Well, now I'm thinking about it. I might just bin them.
That's it. There's like a nostalgic feeling to them, and then I think I've not got no use really.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I got a book on minimalism the other day. A Japanese guy. funny you mentioned minimalism. He said one of the first things in that he's saying about nostalgic stuff, like getting rid of nostalgic stuff. Take a picture of it,
Yeah.
so you've got the picture,
Mm.
and then throw it away, and you've still got like the memory of it,
Yeah.
through a picture.
I don't know if it works for DVDs though, does it? Because you don't have a DVD to look at the box.
just
I'll
keep the cover.
Yeah.
Pull the cover out.
Just loads of covers, not even a DVD with it.
Like the plastic. Open the plastic thing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
pull that out. But I think that is it. George Clarkson. Do you ever watch his Amazing Spaces and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like that?
George Clark,
yeah.
yeah.
I think
Some
he does
mad
that.
shit on
He
that.
tells them to get rid of absolutely everything and
Yeah.
paints everything white, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's all white, isn't it?
And then start again. But a lot of people their identity is like kind of their memories, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to escape that because I think it's like it's just hoarding stuff that you'll never kind of use again.
Mm.
And again, if it's like you said, if it's in your memories, like if there's a picture of it, what's it? What use has it got under my bed full of dust?
Yeah.
And then I pull it out and I go,
Yeah, I've had a look
push
at
it back, push it back in. That's literally what I've done since I moved out at like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Just boxes under my bed, full of shit that
Yeah, I get you.
whenever I've moved,
You've just taken
it's
the box.
just there, and then I go, and there's just a new layer of dust from the new house. Do you know, like under the thing?
Yeah. Minimalism, I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, I think I kind of like that, but I also like a little bit of healthy clutter.
Mm.
Yeah, just filling up certain shelves.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's probably not
As
good.
visual pieces, I think they're alright. These people who like kind of collect these bobbleheads, what they call them, them superhero things. That
Oh, I
they
mean,
Oh.
they're like, and you can get different characters of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people use them as like features and stuff, and like obviously retro consoles as a feature. I think that looks cool.
Yeah, it's like certain stuff looks cool, doesn't it? But if you're hoarding stuff like that's just in a wardrobe, that's when it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's on if it's on show and it's like
Yeah.
a feature, I think that's good.
Yeah, if you can put it on your wall, you can keep it.
Mm.
That's what it should be.
I've got like like obviously I don't know if all you have got all your books from school, like your reports and stuff, and I think
yeah.
Oh, they're all in the loft then.
Oh,
it's
you know what? We need to bring them on, Cal, and go through them.
Go through some, man. I'll bring some books.
Some reports.
Yeah, some old school reports. Up. Oh, that'll be a good episode. That. Oh, Kula, have you been up to
work.
anything?
That's it. Just
Work.
all I do is work. Yeah. What did I do the weekend? Nothing. I was meant to go and watch Madness. I was meant to get him for free, but I got let down. Well, not let down, but
Where was this?
my friends? They were on at ADOC.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
my friend's like kind of relative works there at the thing, and they said
Get you
get
in.
us in, but
We'll show you the hole in the wall.
they only let her in, and I was like, all right, no worries, I'll go back home then.
Oh,
I was usually DJing on a weekend, and I had a free weekend, so I thought I'll jump on that.
Yeah.
So, but feel sorry for myself for about half an hour, and then
yeah. Got over.
cracked on.
Moved on.
Yeah, no, not much really. What about yourself?
No, nothing. I enjoyed the weather on the weekend.
Yeah. It sounds like we've all just been
I had
relaxing.
a nice, relaxing, quiet weekend. To be
Yeah.
fair, I've normally got a bit of a story to tell.
You didn't go out. No races. He's always going to races.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that was on. It's like the races, isn't it? They do a haydock,
They have the races
Oh, I'm
and then
going the races.
and then they have a gig after.
I'm going to Haydock races in a couple of weeks.
Who's playing there afterwards?
Rudimental.
Rude, is it?
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But no, I had a quiet one, and,
Yeah.
and again, just work. We had a big flood in work.
Yeah.
So I work in like HMRC buildings, and when the HMRC, the plant room at the bottom in the basement, it had 10 foot of water in it.
What? That bit?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, 10
I'll show you pictures in a
So you
minute.
can drown in it?
Like severe flood.
What's everybody doing? Running around like Sims?
Yeah, panicking. Yeah.
Well,
pointing
burst pipe
fingers.
or just
They
water?
don't know what it is yet because they haven't got all the water out. So they've been drawing the water out for 3 days, not 3 days constant, but in like 7-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And they still not cleared all the
Is it
water.
not like, is it a load of ice melted?
No,
No,
it's not.
no.
No, it'll be like a burst, like a booster pump or something like that.
Yeah, they've found some dead bodies down there as well.
Maybe, you never know. It stinks so bad though. Just all the damp.
Yeah, I get
It's just
you.
disgusting.
In this weather as well.
Oh, yeah, it was sweaty.
I've got a story about ADOC races. Do you want to hear it?
Go
Do you
on.
wanna hear?
I used to work in a call centre, and I used to have like proper gift of the gab, and used to get incentives. So like, used to have like a table full of cans, or they'd send like one of the the girls out to shops, and they'd be like to Poundland or whatever, or and there'd be like a table, like there'd be underpants, 5 cans of Stella, random shit,
Yeah.
whatever. Some of the bigger prizes was this is the one I won. So if you got like a lead and it led to so many a month, you got like rewarded with the higher prize.
Yeah.
So I won, and a couple of others, on all expenses, limousine driven trip to Haydock Races.
Wow.
Meal
Yeah.
in the posh area where the paddocks were and everything.
Oh,
I
yes.
can't remember what that woman's name is who presented it. The blonde woman, the large lady. What's her name?
Claire.
Claire
yeah.
Balding.
Claire Balding. She was there and everything, and so we're there eating. We only we wait 10 minutes for a table, and they gave us complimentary Victoria sponge cake and coffees while we were waiting. And it's
Lovely
we
stuff.
felt great. I was only young as well. I had like a Ben Sherman that was like 10 times too big for me. It was like down here to my knees. And it was like, I think the director came, and I think he put his card behind the bar, and we was drinking pints and stuff. It was a nice day. I'm not into horse racing myself. I don't gamble, but as a day out, that was nice.
Yeah.
So all that was going on, and we're walking around and we're looking at the peasants in the normal area. You know what I mean? In that kind of thing. We're like, they're really enjoying the day out, and then at the very end, when we're leaving, he said, "Right, see you later, guys," and we had to get the bus home. I was like, stood at a bus stop like this, pissed, like anti-climax. Really like.
What has it come to?
Just had the biggest like.
He was like the greatest like person on earth, and he was like really like appearing like energy and like excitement, and you felt like amazing. And then I'm just stood at this bus stop like
where's your limo?
Fiddling me. Is that it? Yeah.
Should be in an after party. Should be getting driven to an after party in your limo. But
it should
limousine driven the bus home, but it was good. It was good.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think I've not been to Haydock races.
Yeah.
I've done. What have I done this year?
York,
Aintree, and Doncaster.
Yeah.
Beautiful cities.
Yeah. Good days.
Chester's a good city to go to.
Yeah.
Chester's
really
one.
nice.
Roman wall, is it?
And they've got like there's an old cross in the middle of I think it's a cross. There's like it's been there for time. It's in the middle of the race course. I can't remember what it's called. You might have heard of it. You need to look it up.
Yeah, I must have go. I think
it's right next to the river as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard good things about like when you go to Chester races and then you come out and straight away you're in the town centre.
The bars are all like over the road, literally over the road.
Yeah, that's what you're looking
the
for.
whole siege on the Roman walls.
Yeah,
the environment's just really nice.
Yeah, it's nice there, isn't it? It's like it doesn't seem like like a place where I don't know how to put it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's pretentious.
No, but like shit's not gonna go down.
If you've ever been to Rosie's nightclub, shit does go down.
I've been to Rosie's nightclub. It does go down.
But like,
wait, what's that place?
It's Arby's. It's like an ancient night. Its old name was called Rosie's.
Yeah.
And then it changed its name to like Arby's.
Yeah.
At one point, but I think it changed back.
I think it is Rosie's again. Yeah. Is it the one that's got you can get pizza inside or
yeah, there's like different floors. Just like
pizza in a club.
There's like an R&B floor. There's like a retro floor, and then there's like a normal like kind of dance and everything else. Everything goes floor. But that is one mad place.
In Chester.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'll take
back what I said.
No, Chester's nice, like on that main drag and stuff with all like the nice shops and stuff. And like it's like any city. You go a bit outside and it's like cash converters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cash converter is one of the best shops ever, though.
I know, but it's not high society, is it?
Oh, I'd go in cash converters over any shop.
Really?
Honestly.
What about Lego shop?
A Lego shop?
Yeah.
What about cash generator?
No, I can't pick. No, the best thing about them is like you don't know what you're going to get. It's like Russian roulette, isn't it?
What of the people who are selling the stuff brought in this week?
Yeah. Well, you could come across just like a mad rare thing.
What good finds have you got in a cash converter?
I got a microphone once. I always like to see like
one of these microphones.
No, not one of these though. I got like guitars, tools. I like looking at tools. You get like really cheap.
If you go on the website, because they do post some of the stuff out, you can see, like in some of the stores there's stuff, and then in others they haven't got it.
Yeah.
I bought me DJ console off there. It was all right. It kind of bits of it didn't work, but enough of it works for me to do my job. But Yeah, I have bought stuff off the website, and it does come. And if you do, like, I did buy a Canon camera which was cheaper than eBay one time as well. So I do. You can find some bargains.
Yeah, you can,
if you look.
Some bikes as well, you can get quite cheap.
Like a bicycle.
Yeah. I've seen a few. That's like Googled it and been like, fucking hell, that's like a lot cheaper than what you can get.
Yeah.
I've heard you can get them for free if you go to the police station and just describe any bike. And they'll no, I'm not. I don't know actually. I've made that up. But I think there is a place where somebody was saying there was a warehouse or somewhere where they keep them all, and because they're overloaded with them, if you just go, "That's my bike," they go, "Yeah."
Yeah, fucking.
But I'm not sure how true that is.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I know there's a place in Liverpool, isn't there? Like a massive complex.
Just loads.
Yeah, loads of bikes.
And there's there's a pound as well. I think you have to pay for them, but even if there's like a £2.5 e-bike, I think if you have to pay 175 quid.
Oh yeah,
I think you'd have to have some balls to blag it in front of the police, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. So the next person comes up and goes, "Name's exactly the same bike."
Wait, but you can't get done, can you? Could they get you done for trying to claim it?
Well, it's theft, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I think
it's a weird form of theft, though, isn't it? It doesn't feel as evil.
It's just if it's just piled up, nobody's going to claim them.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, they do auction. Like I said, they do auction some off at places.
I get it, yeah.
What do they do with cars as well? Like when they seize
auctions
cars,
again.
Auction them off.
All you got to do is send for a V5.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just send them out.
Ones that are like damaged though, go to a breaker. You have to have like your breaker's license to get them ones.
Oh, because you can't just sell them. Cause
like cat ones.
Yeah, cat ones.
Because then you could just get off and drive it and never get it fixed or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like that safety side of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But seized cars just in general. Yeah, it's an auction, isn't it?
Just for non-payment of like taxes and stuff. And
yeah. Well, that's why I got my bike out there. It was like seized, and it needed you couldn't. Actually, no, it wasn't seized. It needed braking.
Yeah.
But the guys put a new chassis on it, so it's a complete new bike, really.
Yeah.
It's not a loophole, but it changes it.
It's a loophole.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. He's just taken all the parts off the bike that should have been.
Well, it's
with the same VIN. Does he put this?
No, it's a different one.
I was going to
say. Yeah.
So the V5's to the new chassis.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine then.
But everything else,
you can buy
same from the old bike.
You can buy it's the same with the Land Rovers. You can literally get galvanised chassis, build it bolt up, brand new.
Yeah.
As long as you've got your VIN and your chassis.
Yeah, sorted.
So like these cars are like the ones that are like exempt tax, MOT exempt right now.
Yeah.
From the 60s, 70s or whatever year. Some of them are literally brand new vehicles. Like every single thing on them, every panel, everything. If you've got the money to do it, so you've got a car that has no like taxes going out on it. Your insurance. It's pretty low because it's classed as a classic as well. So my insurance is only 169 quid a year.
Yeah,
but my tax is 200. I think it's up to 270 now.
Yeah.
But by the time it gets to exempt, it'll probably be 310, 20.
So why did he get tax exempt? I don't know this.
Classed as classics.
Yeah,
you don't pay any tax.
It's like 79, is it, or something?
Yeah, it's because there's not that many people on them, so the only people that are going to usually keep them on the road are fanatics, or what they called
collectors and stuff.
Yeah, collectors and people who are really into
classic vehicles.
So
I think that Mini's only got a few years and then it's exempt. Yeah. I've got an MGB GT in the garage because there's not enough room in here, but that's completely exempt for everything.
Is it?
Yeah. So you could make everything brand new and it would still kind of
happy days.
So it's either that's the way forward or EV. But like I say, it's like about 42 grand to put an engine in a Defender.
Steve thinks he's got a loophole on that one.
Why? What
do you say? You just got to buy the kit and then you sell the engine.
You can buy the kits for like 24 or
well
it's half the money. But
well, the one reason a good one is, so if you get a decent car with say if you get like a Porsche.
We were talking Porsche.
If you get a Porsche with it and the engine's good engine, everything's good on it, you could sell all that off and get your money back.
Oh yeah, the parts on it, and then
pay for
fund the new engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
But if you have like, I don't know, a Mondeo,
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
you probably won't get that much.
It's not
would
worth
you?
it. But the other argument is, like, not many people can afford anything over, like, your average working class family can afford like a $2 or $3 grand car. If you buy a second-hand EV and the battery's depleted, I don't know the full facts, so you can argue.
Oh, don't
with it.
worry.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about facts on it.
Yeah.
The amount of
But-
stuff we say.
If that engine after so many cycles, the battery, sorry, after so many cycles depletes, if a family buys a $2 or $3 grand car, they're gonna have to buy a $5 or $6 grand battery pack
Yeah.
to replace it,
Oh, I get it, yeah.
because like an old car, you just take parts off and whatever,
Yeah.
a couple £100 here, a couple £100 there. A batteries, how long do they last?
Yeah, they only have a certain amount of charge, don't they?
Life on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So
it's-
these, yeah,
It
sorry.
is way up your options, really, isn't it? And
These families who are literally who are literally surviving off bangers. They've got a few kids and they're on low paid jobs. It's like I say, a car, something like a Fiesta for £500 that they're keeping on the road, and it's letting them do the things they need to do.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, what happens to them?
That's what, you know. But
I know what you mean.
what a sad reality.
welcome to my world. I talk like this all in my head at home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it out, eh?
Yeah, and it's
So-
funny. So, like, I wouldn't be worried about any facts. I had a text message off Connor, who's been on the podcast a couple of times, listens
Yeah.
to every podcast. He said to me, "You have got to stop talking about anything to do with the human body or medicine or anything, because I'm screaming." Connor's like training to be a paramedic. I'm screaming at you in my car because you're so wrong.
What stuff did he
It's
say?
you asking why can't babies drink Jack Daniels?
Oh, yeah, obviously. What? Wait, and what did he say to that?
What did he say?
Yeah.
Because it'd literally be more Jack Daniels than the capacity of blood in the body.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
There's your answer.
Yeah, and then we're trying to go whether it's liver or kidneys or whatever. And
We're trying to break
he was just
it
like, you need to put like a claim out before you say anything.
All right, yeah. Well, maybe we could have Connor as our biology human fact checker.
Yeah, medical. We'll reach out to Connor, phone a friend.
Phone a friend, that's it, yeah. Connor, what's this?
Oh, right. Should we jump right in? Steve, you've got a bit. You told me the theme that we're running with a little bit of a,
Yeah.
what would you call it? A contents
Yeah.
page. I don't know.
The urban exploring.
Yeah.
Urbex.
I feel like that's a cool, like, you know, in the certain things, like shortened.
Yeah.
That's a cool one, isn't it? Urbex.
Yeah. It is. And then it gets a bit like, you know, a lot of people use that name, so you've got to kind of go a little this way and that way with your name. So like a lot of people like, I call myself Kula Explores.
Yeah.
I can't speak. I originally called myself Urbex. And I
Cool
thought
Urbex.
cooler as in cooler
Yeah.
Urbex, and I thought no, because that doesn't really. If I wanted it to, because I go like walking and stuff, and I do other things and stuff, I thought Kula Explores would cover a lot of other different things. You know, when I
You've
go
got a bit
walking
of
in the
range.
countryside, and you know what I mean. If you
Yeah.
just go doing other things, so I think kind of that name. But a lot of different people have a lot of different names, but they always use like kind of Explore or Urbex in
Yeah.
the name.
Is there a lot of like a big community? Oh.
It is massive. Personally, for me, I'll go from the beginning, from like kind of where
Start story.
You've seen like 28 Days Later and stuff like that, and 28
Yeah.
Weeks Later, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and them films like that. So I had like when it first came out, I had an obsession, or I had fantasy of like kind of what it would be like watching a film like that, to just walk around people's houses if they all disappeared.
Yeah.
I've always had that fantasy. I've seen films like that. I used to go to church as a kid, and I remember being shown this film about the what's it called? The Rapture, is it called?
Yeah.
So when everyone, have you heard of the Rapture?
Yeah, when
When everybody dies.
when
Everyone's drawn up to
Yeah.
God comes and pings everyone
That's
off.
the fucking Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen thing.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the
kind
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of thing.
This is the end.
So
yeah.
it'd be like, you know, like 666, the mark of the devil, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And there was this film I watched, and everyone was pinging off. I can't remember what it was called, but again, it had that like kind of mad thing. It's fuzzing in my brain, going like fantasy of, wouldn't that be amazing to just be like left?
Yeah.
And end times and just explore.
See
like
what was
Mad
going
Max and all them related things.
on. Oh,
but
Mad Max is the one.
and like obviously, and then I grew up, and then like kind of still didn't know there was like a community of it. I still didn't even know that it was an actual thing until like kind of.
So when you were like thinking about these, like you were imagining what it'd be like, were you doing anything then? Was there anything?
Not really.
Like,
It was just like
you do when you're a kid.
Yeah,
like you
just fantasy. Just always been like a background fantasy of just wondering like what different people's like wallpaper and furniture and what they ate, and
it's like a snapshot of their life, isn't it? In a way?
and how it reflected with yours and how they lived, and it's again with the kind of 28 days later thing, how eerie it would be if you come across somebody else who did survive. Like what's the other one? I Am Legend. And there's a film called I always forget it, and then I always have to look it up, and then I remember what it's called because it's all stuck. It's all there in my head, but I can't remember what it's called. There was another one where these people started just disappearing, and they were in predicaments. The ones who survived, the people in the film, the ones who survived, were in these weird predicaments. Like a guy was drowning, and then he like jumped out of the water and he took a breath, and this thing, whatever happened, he'd survived it because he was in this like kind of predicament. So somebody might have been in a position of like where they'd been choked or something. Like I can't remember it like exactly. What was it called? After Earth, I think it's called.
After Earth.
It might not be that.
Like something. I know something like that.
Summit Earth. Ah, man.
Whenever. Do you know anyone who's in it? And I'll have a little Google.
I don't know. It's really old. It's like I think it's like a 70s or 80s film.
Yeah.
But I just remember coming across these things and it like kind of was like, it's weird, a weird fantasy, but.
But then did you find a community? Like what? Then you started seeing other people who were doing that sort of stuff.
Like you'd go places. You'd go like on holiday. You go to the lakes. Go to
the Quiet Earth.
That's it, the Quiet Earth.
Quiet Earth.
Yeah.
I knew it had some of that. That's an amazing film, by the way. Watch that. It's old.
What year
it's
is
really
that?
good.
85.
85.
Put that on the list.
Yeah, that'll go on my list.
Really good film that. So that I'm like, all those kind of films.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic.
But yeah, so you go away. You go to like, say, I don't know if you've ever been to Anglesey and stuff, and
Yeah.
you go to the coast and you see like there's like that place where it looks like a castle or whatever, and it's all thingied in. And you just go past, but obviously I wasn't in a position to just go off and do it. I was with like family or with like I was too young.
Yeah.
And then obviously life happens, and then you're doing all other things, so you forget about all that because you're doing like school and college and jobs and stuff.
Yeah, all the boring shit.
All stuff you've got to do.
Not really thinking about it, but still, you know what I mean? Like, still enjoying the films over the years and going back and rewatching, like classics that you enjoy. And then only like kind of the last few years, really, I've proper got into it because I've discovered a community. Two, with everything going on with the lockdown and stuff, it gave me more opportunity to get out. I was still working, but all the hobbies,
key worker, eh?
all the hobbies, I don't give me a job away like that. all the like hobbies that I had and stuff in the week and stuff and interests, they were all just cancelled. But what was still there was going outside, getting some fresh air and treating like kind of mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously those type of things you can do alone or you can do with people. Preferably it's safer to do with somebody else.
Yeah, I get it.
Personally, on a kind of mental health scale and enjoyment scale, I do like going on my own because like you're not distracted from what you're doing and you're dealing with your own issues with it. You're looking at stuff.
Yeah, you're on your own path with it, aren't you?
Well, yeah. So basically, I mean, some of the obvious stuff. Winstanley Hall. I don't know if you've heard of that. That's on the way to Wigan.
Yeah.
That's one big mansion. So that was probably the first one I did in 2019. So that was like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
But that was when the first time I proper got like an interest into it again, and I thought I'm gonna go and have a look at that. Winstanley Hall's like it's like a massive.
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's a massive mansion that's just been left to ruin, and it's basically it's a death trap now. But it's a very popular explore. It's like, you know.
I get it. Yeah.
What happens is somebody finds a location and explore. It can be
Yeah.
a house, it can be a mansion, it can be a castle, it can be caves, it can be whatever.
Yeah.
So what happens is they'll find it and then they'll explore it, and then on the internet you've got loads of forums, tons and tons of forums, and then it's a place for you to share your experience, your pictures with other people with the same interest.
Yeah.
Now what happens is you don't know anyone on there, you just share your stuff, and people with the same interest will start communicating with you. They'll know that you're safe, they'll know that you're not a knobhead. There's a lot of people in the industry, I don't say like in the industry.
I know what you mean.
In the urbex community,
Yeah.
that aren't very nice. We don't class them as urbexers. As soon as you stray away from what it means to do is you find the location, you only take pictures,
Yeah. Yeah. You don't take.
and you
don't
leave.
take anything else.
But that opens up a door for people who like steal, set
Yeah.
fires. You know,
I know. what
they
you
go
mean.
for
Damage and do shit.
they go for like other intentions,
Yeah.
and they're using those forums on Facebook and on, or you can find them on YouTube and stuff, to get hold of these places. So it then becomes very tight knit. It becomes until you fully trust somebody.
Yeah, you're wary of like new people coming in. You've got to find out. Are they
Earn
like
the trust, yeah.
Yeah. Are they there
So-
just to set fire something, or are they actually
Yeah.
is that an actual hobby that they want to do?
So the major ones, the big ones, like, so I've never been myself, but Denby Asylums, like you've probably heard of that. Most people have heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like been converted now into flats, but that was one of the earlier urban exploration places.
Yeah. Like one of the big ones that people would talk about.
Yeah, and everyone would go there, and there's a guy with I think he's passed away now, and he had Alsatians, and he would chase people off from the site. I'm not sure if he was officially. I think he lived local. I'm not sure if he was officially like the security
Yeah,
guard,
I get it.
or whether he just took it upon himself to protect.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Whereabouts is that?
Denby,
Denby.
Denbighshire.
Denbighshire.
It's not far from Llangollen way and stuff like that.
Oh right, yeah.
Llangollen.
Llangollen.
But so this is how it works. You've got like Google Maps.
Mm.
So, and you share. A lot of people share what we call pins.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when you pin anything, when you share anything, it's called a pin, innit?
Yeah.
And you've got for the guys in the room, I'll show them the map.
The map.
So I'll just open Google Maps now, and I'll give you a typical example of what someone with loads of locations.
And this is like what people have shared to you.
Yeah, and then obviously it's a build a trust and build a friendship with people.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't think about that. You've got that element of people coming in.
Yeah, it's not just about like seeing. I always thought of it like it was almost a bit like the thrill of being somewhere, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
about the respect for these places. and
Yeah, that's
stuff
it. Yeah.
like that. So I never thought of. Oh,
So-
Wow.
so that all them pink ones,
Yeah.
and all them green ones, they're all abandoned places.
Yeah. So he's showing us the map of the British Isles.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely plastered with
Covered
green
in-
flags and red hearts.
So the red hearts, like somebody shared their pins with me,
Yeah.
so they're already saved, and then like the other green ones are somebody else who shared them with me.
I get it. Yeah.
So they all just go on your map, and then so when you go on so when you go to like Wales or anywhere,
Yeah.
obviously it spreads out a bit more. So
Yeah.
if I'm going here to Crewe,
It's a crew.
Yeah.
I know that there's so many in that area, and then so you'd hit all them,
Ah.
as many as you can in that area.
What? That's fucking cool.
But
it doesn't look like you're short there of Eddie as well.
but some can be fails.
So
Some-
what's a fail?
So when you get you usually use the term "you got in" or "you've got access."
Yeah.
So basically, it's trespass, which is a civil matter. So if you go somewhere, it's up to whoever owns these properties to make sure that you can't get into them.
Okay.
If you do go in, again, in the urbex, if you do it properly, it's pictures, videos, drone shots, whatever, and you go and leave,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's not even a crime. The only thing you're committing is trespass, which is a civil matter.
Yeah, it's civil.
So
isn't
if the owner turns up, which does happen to people,
yeah.
if you watch there's a popular guy called Mr. Urban. He's probably one of the most popular urban explorers on the internet. Check him out.
Mr. Urban.
And he does. So he's doing it all the time. He's making a living off this. I just
Right.
do it when I've got 5 minutes. But
Yeah.
with this cost of living and petrol, I've not been anywhere for ages. So you can go in, and the aim is really to go and not get caught, and so they don't even know you've been there.
Mhm.
And then obviously you go on your urbex communities, and you go on your YouTubes, you go on your whatever, and the people who follow you are into all that kind of stuff, get pleasure from what you've done.
Yeah.
You go. So yeah, like say I used to go personally for me, and then I didn't
Yeah.
realise there was like a whole community of people like
All
who
into
do it.
it.
It's like wow. And then it's it's opened up another world, because I'm
Yeah.
just wandering around wherever thinking, how do I find this stuff? So the other way is to, when you're driving down the street and you see like a house that's overgrown, a building that's like literally the leaves are growing into
Yeah. I get it, yeah.
the building. That's a good indicator of an abandoned property. Again, sometimes the owners turn up, and some are all right. Some just say, "Don't come on," and they ask you to leave,
Yeah.
and you leave. But if you refuse to leave, or you get funny with them, then that's classed as aggressive trespass or something like that. That's when it becomes a crime, because it's their land.
Mm.
So trespass in Britain is legal for the moment.
Yeah.
They're changing a lot of laws because of travellers and stuff like that at the minute, because when you see them like take over a field or something.
Yeah.
And they move them on. So I think the laws just slightly changed for them. But in terms of accessing, if you leave your front door open, which nobody would do, but somebody can legally step into your
Yeah,
house.
I get it. Yeah.
If they steal anything,
Then that's
where the criminal
that's
element
where the problem is. Yeah, I
Not
get
that you
you.
would. So a lot of these people, they do go into some places. There are some places that are, that on some of the videos, there was one where there was an old woman in a bed while
Yeah.
they got in, it was awful watching
What
that
the
one.
That's a bit much, yeah.
What the hell?
But it turned out it wasn't like it was totally dilapidated, this property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have like see.
You wouldn't have known anyone
wouldn't
was
know.
living there.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes there's a farm, and it's still using the land, and then in the middle of nowhere, where it would have been the original farmhouse, and
Yeah.
they've moved away, or they say it's like a family farm, and the parents have passed away, so there's two houses on the property,
All right. Yeah.
but that one is abandoned. It's just left. So you could like go over to it. So I think on this video that I watched, I think that's what they did. I think there was another farm, and they've snuck into this farmhouse
Yeah.
that's been dilapidated, and there's an old deer in bed, and she's sat up, and they've carried on filming, which respectfully you just stop and
Yeah,
you deal with it if she's vulnerable or she's homeless or anything like that.
Yeah.
But some people do it for clout.
Yeah.
Well, I want
But-
to see that video.
I know, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's still kind of online, but
Yeah.
they end up on the forums because people do want the clout and stuff, and some people do it some people do it for mental health. Some people have made a living out of it, which is amazing,
Mhm.
because they literally don't have to do anything else. YouTube's basically paying them
Yeah. It's mad
for the
that,
views and stuff. Adam Mark, he does really well. Adam Mark Explores. He goes like other countries and stuff like that. and
Yeah.
he finds some really good ones. Like
I've seen
mansions.
loads, but I couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah,
who they-
that's what I mean. I've only got to know him from doing this.
Yeah. Finders, Beepers, History Seekers.
Yeah, so
They're my
I think
favourite. They're the ones that I definitely.
I think
know.
he comes on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, as his I don't know whatever his name is.
They're funny as well, though, aren't they? They've got like they could be comedians, them too.
I do recall the thingy, but I can't remember what I've watched of theirs. Like, there's so much online.
Yeah.
So when, I didn't realise that they could be houses that people still live in. I thought it was always like ruins and
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
like stuff like that.
yeah. It's so there's lots of different categories. So there's things called time capsules. So one of them, yeah. So in Anglesey, so one example of a time capsule is again that farm thing again. You have to literally walk a good half an hour to get to it. It's like literally, you have to go across like cow fields and stuff like that, and so there'll be like a window open. Again, that's another thing. There's always got to be open access, a front door, an open window, or somebody who's previously smashed a window.
Yeah. If you
break in, if you force a door, that's breaking and entering. Also, that's the criminal. So you've got to be totally aware of that. Again, there's people who call themselves urbexers or people in that community that do abuse that and will, break in and then say it was already open, blah blah blah. But you can't prove it because they'll find, they'll be the first people there. So what happens is they'll tell a few people, and then it'll like just flood through everyone.
Yeah.
And then what they call that is the terminology for that is the tour bus. They said the tour bus has been to this property. It's a no go.
And that
There's
means
no point going anymore.
like everybody's
onto it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, so it'll get that popular that the family who say own that property, they'll end up on the forums. They'll go, "This is still owned by us. I can't believe you've all done it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
this is a family home." And so you respectfully don't go to that property again, or if you've not been before and somebody's been on, you don't go. But there's some places are literally just abandoned. Nobody. I've seen so many that you could move into and nobody would know you were there.
Just fucking start living there.
They've got obviously it's like really old, so they've just got the old wood burner, but you could just escape there. If anything ever happened, you could literally, as long as there's a wood burner, you can keep warm in winters. That's all you need. You're living like basic life.
Yeah.
But so the one I went to in Anglesey,
that was a time capsule one.
It was a time capsule one. You step in through the window, and everything was just like from like 50, 60, 70 years ago, like all in place. I don't know. I can't remember what year it was from, but it was all stuff from over time.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing modern at all in the building.
I get it.
It was like
plasma
going
TV.
back 50, and then before that.
Yeah.
There was like,
so that would
I'll send you the videos and stuff.
That's
like
that would have been the point. It's being abandoned.
Yeah, like something like he had his World War II, like a war book and his like ration book. All still like that's another thing as well. What people do is what they'll do is that if they enter a house, some people will set dress the house for other people. So if all that stuff is present in the room, they'll it's a mess. They'll lay it out as if that gentleman or family was still in that room. So that this one I went to, you could clearly tell that whoever's been previous to me
has laid it out,
and it's just the nostalgia and the fascination of like
and you can just see like all the stuff the person would have been dealing with and like his life.
Well, that's kind of what you'd want as well. Like if someone had been before you, you'd want and they'd seen this World War II ration book. Like, if you went in and missed it, you'd never forgive yourself.
It's there's some places that are like that are worthy of that, like the time capsule ones. Sorry. And like say I went to that one, and the upstairs bedroom was just, you're just in awe of some of these places. There's like castle ruins and stuff which are absolutely fascinating. But
I think castles for me is interesting.
And there's like loads of different categories of it. So some people just like caving. They just literally like going down old mines and caves and literally getting lost.
That's terrifying. That
and it's I don't want to think about that.
It's like miles and miles and miles.
What the fuck?
And I mean, obviously some have been to the catacombs in is it Paris?
Oh
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Oh, we talk about
Where
that.
you can get lost and literally die down there, but
You
some of
literally
these,
join the dead bodies down there.
yeah, and then you've got like ones who are just interested in military stuff, so they go to all war bunkers,
Oh, that'd be cool.
you know, abandoned tanks, planes, helicopters,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, like where there used to be like shooting ranges and stuff like that. And some are just literally obsessed with them, and you know, old kind of what are they called, nuclear power plants and nuclear stations,
Oh, I know what you mean.
substations.
Yeah.
And some are only interested in industry. So
Yeah.
like, do you know what's it called near here? The big one that's just shut down. Ferry.
Fiddler's Ferry.
Fiddler's Ferry.
Ah, right.
That's just shut down. So a lot of people
Are going
are
in
doing
there.
that at the
Yeah.
moment.
Oh.
They've got security on site, but again, it's about if you
Not getting
can
caught.
avoid them and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Some people just like churches, so they'll just do religious buildings. There's a synagogue in Liverpool.
Synagogue.
Like I say, I'm not going to give out locations
Yeah,
per
yeah.
se, but I'm just going to say where there are some which have been like saturated.
Yeah.
Are they like that synagogue in Liverpool? That's is it abandoned? Or
It is. It's just been left. They used to. It has like a speaker that comes on and says, "You are being watched. Please leave the like dead loud."
Does it? Yeah.
What the fuck?
So there's kind of certain routes you've got to take to get in and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But that has. I'll mention that one because it has been saturated, and if you go online, you can find that like really quick, fairly
Yeah.
quick. And there's some like Liverpool's a really good place to go.
Has Liverpool got quite a
It's
few
got
in the
tons of
centre,
them.
like
in
yeah.
the centre, churches, there's houses, religious schools that have shut down,
Yeah.
where they've built new schools next door, so that building's just been left and stuff like that.
I
It's
get
just,
yeah.
You've just got to one, walk around, two, know people who know where they are, and just research. Like say, if you go over on Google Earth as well, and you pick an area, you can spend hours just scrolling, and then if you see like a building and it's like, hang on, that looks overgrown. There's lots of different.
Yeah. Go and check it out.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get into it, like I said, join the community, be respectful, be prepared to share, because you trade links and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another like kind of thing you trade.
Yeah, it's useless.
We want
isn't
another
it?
that.
You're just
No.
hoarding all the all
pinch
what
you
to
can.
do. Go on, have them all. So you said there's time capsule ones. Like, what's the other ones?
So the time capsules.
Is
Time
where
capsules.
it's where it's.
They're usually like people's houses
Yeah.
that have been left, and there's like I said, there's some. Oh yeah, sorry. There's like so I said, military industry time
Yeah.
capsules.
So they'd be like.
There's paranormal as well.
Oh.
There's people who love that, and they all intertwine with each other. Me, I'm
paranormal
not.
ones.
I don't really kind of follow it all. I think it's just for entertainment
Yeah,
value,
yeah.
and people love it, and some people are earning a living off it.
On
But
the
they-
paranormal bit.
From
Yeah.
the paranormal stuff, and
Yeah.
there's tons, and
It must be weird though doing. I don't know. Like, I don't believe in all that, but
I think your brain will trick you into it anyway.
yeah.
Like we've spoken about ghost stories on the podcast before, and it's still like
It makes you feel uncomfortable.
just talking about
yeah,
it. Does.
like I said, they'll they've got these apps now, and I've watched a couple of the videos, and it's like it picks up. They'll talk to the ghost or the poltergeist or whatever,
The spirit.
the spirit,
The
yeah.
ghoul.
And they'll go, "Are you in the room?" And this app will go, "Yes," and it'll be like an app. I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can't remember what it's called. It's like it's like Necro or something or other. I'll have to look it up. Something to do
Ghost
with death.
speaking through your iPhone.
Yeah, and I'm not, like I said, they take it really serious, and if
Yeah.
it works for them and they can earn a living off it, good on them. But
suppose
it's not for me.
Yeah, so there's the entertainment side, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's that side.
Like,
It's just for views. And
If
stuff.
you when you watch like these daft, like kind of TikToks, and you see the acted ones, you know they're acted. It's that kind of when you're watching stuff like that, and they're going, "What was that noise?" And you can, if you're really clued up on,
Oh, you can see. Yeah, you can
you
tell.
go, "Come on."
Yeah.
But some people enjoy it. Like they enjoy EastEnders, so I'm not going to knock them.
I seen a good one on it. It was on Finders Beepers, because they're not like ghost paranormal. They never push from that angle, don't they? They're quite genuine.
Yeah.
You can tell they're genuine. They're not like they never push the ghosts or paranormal. But one video they've got, I can't remember where it is, and they're like walking up some stairs, and the camera goes up, and with the light goes up onto the top of the stairs, and the where it is, and you could see like a leg, and it moves out the way of the light, and they shit themselves. And then like the camera goes off and stuff, and then they go back up, and there's nobody around here. Who was that? And you can pause the video and see like a leg moving. It's like, wow, what the fuck?
I always try and like decipher stuff like that, like lighting and shadowing and stuff like that from thinking, and the way something's bounced off something else. But and like I say, it's I don't know.
I don't really believe in it.
But it's like you were saying before about clout, isn't it? That's one way to get like a ghost sighting video. It's like, that's going to get you some views.
And they have, like I've mentioned Mr. Urban before, and he was like that skeptical, and I think he got invited to I think it's Retford. They're called Retford Ghost people. I don't know. Sorry guys. And I think he went. I didn't see the episode of it or anything, but I think they said we'll prove to you. But I always think that the ones who are these who've got like really good pardon me, popular channels.
Yeah.
They have prep work. They have because they're only going to film once they're prepped. Because when you know how TV works, when you know how things are set up, and they seem to go too well. Like you happen to be in this building, and something happens to happen at this very time when you're there.
Yeah,
it's like I call stuff like that out. It's like
it's too good to be true.
Yeah, definitely.
Like how was that? How was that? Just happened right at the very point. And why is it always when you go to like a spooky place, like a known spooky place?
Yeah, it's never like, just at a random place.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like round corner there in the street. It's always like somewhere where
people have already said, you'll see something there.
It's like some of the time capsules have like really, because they're old, they'll have like spooky dolls, like really creepy dolls, like from 1800s
like
dolls.
Annabelle.
Stuff like that, and they'll still be there in these properties. And I always think like, well, if there's these like ghosts and stuff, why is it always from that era? From why is it not Dave who died last week?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pardon me.
Yeah, it's always like Victorian or like early.
Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe call me out on it.
I know what you mean. Like,
but do you know what I mean? It's like
it's similar to when is it Carl Pilkington says like, why do you never see dinosaur ghosts or like cavemen?
Cavemen ghosts and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly that.
It's always like Victorian or something from that era.
My mate was onto this medium, and he just made me laugh. It was alright because he was like like a psychic and who do them lives, and he just came on and he went, "Do ghosts poo?" I was pissing myself. It was like,
no messing around, no beating around the bush there.
The thing about this guy was he's like a medium from around here. I'm not going to say his name, just to be respectful.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him because I have a fascination in, is it true? Like, so I was watching this guy, and he's talking. I've got a Jeff. I've got a Jeff. He's like, he said, "Have you washed them pans, Beryl?" You know what I mean? I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, tell us, like, what? There must be some mad shit going on there.
If you're communicating with ghosts, something better than that is going on, isn't there?
Yeah. Right. So here's the thing, though. So he did it from St Helens, but then he was on holiday and he did a live.
Yeah.
And he's talking to people from St Helens, telling them. He's speaking to somebody, one of the relatives.
Yeah, but he's on holiday.
But he was on holiday, like Lanzarote or something. Yeah. And I'm like, so how does that work then in the spirit world? They can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Did they not sleep?
He needs to break it down there.
Do you know what I mean? And no disrespect to anyone who believes it. Like, if you guys
no.
I'll just my personal kind of breaking down. I like to be a bit of a truther.
Yeah.
And call bullshit on stuff, but again, if I'm wrong as well, I'll always say, yeah, all right, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Or if I go to a place and I go and you prove it, and I'll go, right, but I always try and find the Occam's razor
break it down
of everything
Yeah.
in a lot of
That's the
situations.
best way to look at everything. Well, have you ever like had a paranormal experience though? While you're like exploring somewhere.
This is where the way I interpret people's paranormal experiences.
Yeah.
It's a paranoid experience. It's you naturally in the dark feel spooked. It's a natural hairs on the end of your neck, hairs on the end of your back, everything go up, because if you hear a noise and you're unaware what it is, you have a natural fight or flight.
Yeah, your mind's going to be thinking
and
stuff.
it races. Now if you're vulnerable and you're in a place that you don't know, that you could be potentially, it could potentially lead to harm. I think that plays, and if you like say if you're more that way inclined to believe, then your psyche will push you towards that's something.
I know what
something
you mean,
kind of spooky. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and if you can earn a living off it, then you're going to push it even further.
Yeah.
But if you're more like say I'm just realist, then I just push it towards like a pipes falling or something.
Yeah.
Or, like the scariest monster there is someone else who's living there rough, or someone else who's there violent. I think that's more scary.
Definitely.
I always think like that. I always like.
That's a solid point.
I always think, I watch them films like The Conjuring and stuff like that, and I think, what a load of bollocks sometimes. And then can I swear on it?
Yeah,
no, anyway.
Explicit as possible, please.
But then I think the scariest films are the ones I like, ones based on true stories where it's just horrific because it's a real human, a real thing. It's happened. I think that's what scares me more when I'm in them environments, not from like something paranormal, but something where I'm vulnerable.
That's such a good point.
But it's when I say it's exciting on your own, there's that bit of adrenaline as well, of it, the excitement of. But I always try and make sure I'm respectful of. It's not a place where the owner could turn up. If that makes sense, because there is a local one where people turned up, family members with like weapons and stuff, and it does happen to a lot of people.
Bloody hell.
There's one that's recently it's got popular, because another thing you can get for clues is reverse images. Google, what's it called? Google Photos.
Oh yeah.
So you can screenshot anyone if they give clues away, which this is why a lot of the time you don't show outside shots, you just show inside shots.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you'll never know where it is.
Yeah.
But some people, again in this community, they want the fame and they want the clout. They'll just reveal everything. They'll go to the papers, and they'll tell them, I've just been on Urban Explorer. My name's such and such a person. This is where I've just been. And the next minute it's on a news article. But you know how news works now online? They share. Have you noticed when you've seen like Wigan Today, and you'll see it on St Helens Stand, you'll see it on Warrington Guardian. You'll see it because they all share like a platform.
Yeah, I get it.
But they just changed the name of the thing.
Yeah.
The next minute, it's like Explorer explores the building. It's all on the local papers. Everyone lives nearby that building. Next minute, everyone's in there. Next minute, it's either on fire, trashed, or all those beautiful trinkets and things that have been left have all just been stolen.
Yeah.
They're on eBay, or people have just smashed them up. And so this is why it becomes very close knit. And so on my Facebook, when I started doing it, I'd share it because other people are fascinated by it and they haven't got the opportunity to go and look at it, and they're like, "Wow, look at that!" And the next minute, your inbox is, "Where's that? Where's that? Can I come? Can I come? Can I come?"
Yeah.
And I feel horrible. I feel horrible saying no. One, because too many people ask.
Yeah.
You can't just take everyone. Two, they don't understand that I really do prefer like
Do
my
it on
own
your
company
own.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I will take some people sometimes. And three, again, it's I'll even though it's not like official, but I'll stick to the kind of respectful code of, get into it, start finding your own trade, and then you you've let me know you're serious about it. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
yeah.
And I think that's a fair thing
No,
to
yeah,
do if you
I-
get into it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I understand that.
So it's like it's like a mad thing. There's politics. There's people who fall out. That's the other thing as well. Anybody can do it, and on the forums there's a lot of naive people, and
Wait, what do you mean by naive? Like,
they'll go meet up with anyone, and so
right.
there are some horrible people.
Yeah.
There's obviously people who have been found out to be nonces. There's people who've like took advantage of girls
Yeah.
using urbex because they've become popular. Because they've become popular, urbexes, they've used that as a
way
way
of
to
getting
draw
them in.
There's people who like kind of obviously because there's like popular ones, they'll like play off one another and stuff like that. There's loads of politics, but like you'll find out in anything. You'll find out there's, when you just like, this is another reason why I like going on my own, because I can't be arsed with drama and I can't be arsed with politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to share. Yeah, I'm happy to share. I'm happy to, like I say, I'll go with some people, but if it brings drama or if it brings people bringing bullshit, I'll just back out of it. A similar thing has happened kind of with like some local ones as well. It's like, and then you're expected to take a side, and it's like people have fell out with each other. And I like that guy. I've got to know that person. He's never given me any issues. And I like that guy, and they've never given me any issues.
Yeah.
And I always struggle.
What do you do there?
They're one ear, they're going, oh, he's blah blah blah, and I go, I can't. I try to be a decent fellow to everyone, and I just don't know what to do. I just go. I just go.
Avoid the drama.
So I just disappear for a bit until it's settled, and then
drop out.
And then I don't like bother with any of. I just let them contact me. It's a weird. And then people have the presumptions as well. It's a really weird. Like, but it's the same. Like people in football or any hobby you join, you go.
Yeah,
You think somebody's always jealous,
yeah.
and you don't know why. And somebody's always, somebody's always doesn't like you. But
Yeah, there's always drama, isn't there?
There's always somebody who doesn't like you, and there's always somebody who does, and who takes a shine to you.
Yeah.
That's everywhere. But I didn't think that when I joined this. It went from just like doing it on your own, and then realising there's a community, and then it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's not like all the time, but there's a guy. I mean, they end up in the papers. I'll always talk about stuff that ended up like in the papers. There was a guy, I think he assaulted. He was like getting really popular because some people are doing it the free like every day of the week, and they can hit.
They can just go everywhere.
They can hit 5 or 6 a day.
Yeah.
They know people who will give them locations like that all the time, and then there's others who can go in between work, and then there's others who can do it once a month, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying it and you're sharing. But there was one. I think there was one guy that was. It turned out he was like he beat his missus or something like that. There was another guy who he followed I can't remember what his name was, but he's a really popular one. And again, this is in the papers, so I'll talk about it. I think he was drunk and he pushed a girl into a bush. Not on urbexing. I think he was just out on a night out. But I think, and he's in a really like good position. He's like from a nice background, wealthy family, and he's been able to build this thing. And then so they came back online, and like somebody else said, you are aware of this person, because again, you don't know who people are. And then he sent me the article, and it's like, no way. It's like the opportunities he's got and the lifestyle he's living. Yeah. Why would you ruin it for something like that?
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'll try and find the article again for you. And like, so when he came, he thought, oh, it's okay to come back on the forums. When I don't know if he did a jail sentence or you just take a back seat. And then people were just commenting straight away. You're this commenting, posting his link and everything, and to his crime he committed against a woman. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
There's drama and everything in it.
Yeah, there's all sorts going on here.
What I didn't expect at all.
No, but like you said, that you prefer going out on your own. That's I feel like if I was doing it, small numbers or on my own or something. Yeah,
yeah, small
feel
numbers.
Like
I mean,
I'd be
it does
drawn to
help.
that.
It does help with fuel because, like I say, I've took a back seat until all this straightens out because it's like say with that car as well. It's eats diesel. So
Yeah.
I can't really go anywhere at the minute because of cost of living. It's like a all cards to your chest at the minute.
Yeah, I get you.
There are local ones I will nip out to that I've been given, but
Seems like you've got loads on your map. You don't have to worry.
for now, it's like when you get a minute as well. You've got to be in the mood for it as well. You've got to be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
I could imagine that. Yeah.
Do you go?
Because
Do you go at
some
night?
really tragic stories. You can go at night.
Is that the best time?
No, because your light is you need a torch. So
yeah.
your light's a
Your
giveaway.
light's going. Yes. See
People see it and then they report you to the police and then the police turn up. So the best time is in the day, but after. Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends where you go
that.
because people if it's like in a street and there's neighbours, they might be in work in the days, and if you're on your day off, you can have a successful explore, get your pictures and go. But if it's in like a village in the middle of nowhere, you can go anytime.
Yeah.
But like with your light nights, you can go.
Yeah. If you go
up,
at like
up till
9
o'clock at night, so you still got like cover. Your torch isn't giving anything away.
I didn't think about that then. Yeah, your torch will give away, wouldn't it, in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What gear would you bring?
So
So
some people just do videos and they do. So like I said, there's some backstories to a lot of them. Some will the ones who are proper into it. They'll research. They'll find out who lived in the property,
Yeah.
the history of it. Like so some are called like murder houses. So like say like two sisters were murdered by the brother. It's all there on YouTube.
Yeah.
By some of these guys, and they'll have a full backstory and they'll say like, so they're dead. He went to jail. House was left. Bit like cutting a long story short, but they'll be drawn out. They'll have a walk round and they'll look at the stuff on the shelves and stuff and anything.
All the blood stains.
Yeah, if there's a blood stain or there's a strange stain on the floor, they'll
Point it out.
Yeah.
And then there's others where they're just like, I can't remember what it was called, but one of them where the dad died, the mum went mad and the daughter went into care, and this house is just absolutely beautiful house, really stunning, middle of nowhere, left because there's no other family or the family isn't interested.
Yeah.
They've got their own houses and they're wealthy enough because some people are so wealthy that it's nothing to them another
Yeah, it doesn't
property,
matter.
but
Some of them could you buy? 'Cause part of me feels like look at
some
that
do.
place.
I mean, there's a
buy
thing
it?
called exploring with Rightmove, so you can find some that have got a for sale sign on, but there's still like time capsules because if there's someone selling the land, or it's been left, you can still explore it. But you
Yeah.
can find some on Rightmove, but it's not the best place to look because they are that says that they're currently in the position to try and make money off it.
Yeah.
So the farms are good for stuff like that because sometimes a lot of the farms they're always for sale, but they've been left for a long time, and it's the farms you'll usually find have all them that they've been left for like a long time with all the interesting gearing and stuff.
Like I presume some places you go in and there's nothing in there really.
Yeah, some are
Or it's
gutted,
just shit.
and some have had all the plaster pulled off the walls, and they've been they're ready to be replastered and used for a family and stuff. But they're called hits. Like you say, you get a hit or you get a success or you get in.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the terminology.
Yeah, or whatever. And so another one with, like I said, I'll mention him again, Mr. Irvine, he's doing a lot of the, where HS2 is down south, where they're building HS2.
Yeah.
So they're running the railway line through a lot of villages, a lot of farms, a lot of towns, just straight through. And if you've lived there all your life, basically, it's, what's it called?
You
What's
go.
that term when they buy?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or
You just take it.
compulsory purchase.
That's it. Yeah.
You can't do out about it. You've got to go.
That's ridiculous. That. Isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And they're absolutely, they're absolutely stunning. These buildings, but that's the route. Government says we're going that way. Tough shit. So like down south, you can do a lot of them at the minute. There is security on site, but you just pop over the like kind of fences and stuff and go in the houses. It was meant to be coming up to here, so I was just thinking like, but I think they've cancelled the Wigan leg. But it wouldn't surprise me if they've cancelled the Manchester thing. To be honest, they'll probably get to Birmingham and say we've run out of money.
Yeah,
I think they are stopping it like Midlands.
yeah.
They'll naff it off. They'll fuck it off because it's like north-south divide.
Yeah.
They might, if they get to Manchester, at least there's a possibility to kind of explore around that way. But if it did the Wigan leg, so it was going to be like Wigan to Manchester. So obviously you've got like all through there, all like Oral Abraham, all that lot.
Yeah.
Again, it's sad knowing they're coming through it, but you can take opportunities like that up as well.
There'll be loads of places. I've got a question. Do you ever take any weapons with you?
No, because again, you're going equipped.
Like, obviously, I don't mean like to cause trouble or anything.
But you shouldn't go with a weapon because then you're expecting trouble.
Yeah, like, because there's that element, like you said before, where...
Or would you go with a mace?
So, but
like a big
you shouldn't
spear.
carry, like, it's just same as anywhere. You get caught with a weapon.
Yeah,
you're
that's
fucked.
it, yeah. Like,
So it's the same principle.
yeah.
Just don't.
You don't walk down the street with a baseball bat, do you?
Exactly.
Just in case.
Yeah,
Now
I get what you mean there.
In one building,
Just in case.
in one of the abandoned police stations, yeah, that's another one we've done as well.
Yeah.
There's an abandoned police station. It's
What
not
is it?
far from here.
Was there loads of stuff in there, like
I
like
think
police?
well, again, if you're not first, I'm very much a, not tour bussy, but in middle. Like,
Yeah.
I follow people's. I have found a couple of me on my own, but most of them I'll just go explore what other people have found just for my own personal enjoyment.
Mm.
But in one of these police stations, when they first went, apparently it still had all the stuff in, like paperwork and everything, and apparently I think one of the people I think they got onto it, and I think the police got onto it, and one of their houses got raided or something. I don't know whether they put it online or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But as people were exploring it further on, it was just empty of everything. Obviously, there was still like jock straps and like a couple of police lights knocking around. But I think there was a machete at one point knocking around. So like what would have been a confiscated blade at some point.
I get it, yeah. Big machete
in one of these buildings, and so you do find weapons and you do find stuff. But like I say, it's the same rule, same principle. You go in like you thingied.
Yeah.
I'm sure if there was like something serious, like you'd probably have to say something about it. But
yeah. Oh yeah. Like, what about if you come across something really?
They do come across grows and stuff.
Yeah.
And active grows.
Yeah.
Because if you go to like an abandoned pub, there are other explorers. People like doing pubs as well because they're easy.
Oh,
they're empty. Nobody's going back to them.
now.
Yeah, because with all the things going on.
Yeah.
So with that going on, they come across grows, and if there's, like I said, probably not very savoury people in there. So if you come across an active one and there's somebody guarding it, you're like I say, that's a thing. Yeah,
a risk. Yeah,
a risk to being attacked.
Yeah.
Again, you've just got to. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Would that then go on to these forums and say like?
Yeah, I mean, people will say they'll put a warning out.
Yeah.
Don't go to there.
But then would that make people want to go and see it?
Yeah.
They'd be daft if they did. But generally, people don't go to it because they know what could happen to them.
Yeah.
I think they just, like when you were talking about that guy with the Alsatians, like some old fella with a couple of dogs chasing you off.
Yeah.
That would make people want to go.
Some people.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
They antagonised him. It was cruel. It was cruel what they did to him. One of the local popular ones you probably know is St Joseph's over in up Holland.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been again saturated. It's its last legs now. If you get it, the security on there is pretty good now as well. It's got like a metal fence, razor wire. It did have gas powered, censored cameras as well, so they knew where you were straight away. Some people are really good at getting in places and getting good. So I've attempted 3 times. The only time I actually got under the fence, somebody clanged the fence and then he came round corner with his light. And like say it's trespass, they just ask you to leave respectfully and you leave.
Yeah.
But I've seen videos where people are giving people proper shit and I'm going like, you're on their land, you're and these people are like, veteran explorers.
Yeah.
But again, it gets the clout as well. There's a bit of action,
Yeah.
bit of arguing on the video. Look at this video. You're not going to watch
check
if it's
this
same old boring thingy where you're just walking around. But if
Yeah.
you're having a bit of an argument with someone, it gets you more views. You go, look at this, look at this. You know.
Well, have you ever like come across like any security guard, like a bit awkward security guard situations?
No, because I'm soft, so I don't really do the ones where I know I'm really rubbish. I'm like really bad vexer. Like, well, you know what I mean. I'll go where I'm very safe.
Yeah.
I've got a mortgage, bills to pay.
Yeah. Don't risk
so I
it
go.
all.
I don't want any. I don't want any police interaction. I don't want any interaction with.
You don't want any
security
drama, don't
guards.
you?
No,
drama.
No confrontation.
No.
I don't. Where others, I mean, like, even though, like you say, legally, all you can do is respect what they say and go.
Yeah.
Some people have had. Some people have had, like, some bad scenarios, but
Yeah.
brought on by themselves as well. You know, so
It's all their own
it's
fault.
interesting, but like you can go to. I went to one place. There's a lot of like churches. They're not abandoned. They're still managed, but they're not used anymore. So they're like part of like it's called like the friendly church society, something like that. So they'll still go in, clean it, and they'll leave. They'll leave like a leaflet and tell you about the history of the church and stuff. And you there's literally like just click it open and walk in. There's nobody about, and you know they're really good explorers as well. And they'll be on like sometimes.
And can you go like around most of the church and then like you can
go in the church, you can sit in the pews, you can look at the stuff. There's history on the walls.
Yeah.
It's medieval stuff. There's like say, I went to Shropshire, so that's a really good place. And I went to this place called Pickford Hall, I think it was called Pickford. It was an old Tudor mansion.
Yeah.
Half of it was being used as like a holiday lets, the stables and part of the building, and the other half was just left. It was still like kind of painted and stuff, but on the grounds there was an old medieval church, so there's stuff like that as well, you know, like stuff where tourists go and stuff.
So there's like a level, isn't there?
So you can still put it on your exploring kind of channel,
because it is exploring,
because
isn't
it is old stuff and it is kind of interesting.
Medieval as well. That's a long time up.
But there's a lot of follies. There's things called follies as well. So, these follies were like built in the 1800s. They were like built by people in mansions. So they were like somewhere to go and sit off and play or enjoy.
Yeah.
I can't reel off what they actually are, but usually mainly in mansions for people like to go off and at the end of the garden or
indulge in some
on the land,
some partying,
and it'll be like one might be like it might just be like a stone hut, but others are really intricate and dug into the sandstone, and it looks like all old and medieval and stuff. And there's a place called Cainton Caves, and it's been in the paper, so I can mention this one.
Yeah,
and they call it the Knights Templar Caves, because the farmer said he found like a sword in there, but I think that was all like kind of dramatised and
like a lot of caves were used for in the Civil War, weren't they? Where the monks fled.
Yeah, stuff like that. You've got things like priest holes and stuff in some of these buildings that are still there as well.
That'd be cool. Finding loads
from the
of priest holes.
The monastery abolishment and stuff like that. So there's still bits of that knocking around. But this place is just a hole in. You crawl into it, and it's just got all these intricate cut sandstone pillars in the rocks, and then people go and they've put like tea lights all in it, so it looks amazing. And there's like a basin or bowl cut out of the stone and stuff. But there's all stuff like
rituals going on there.
Sounds unbelievable.
And there's another one. Again, this is in Wales, and this is called the Cyclops Caves.
The Cyclops.
Because this is like a folly again. It's a stone folly that's been built, and they've chipped out all these characters. Cyclops being the main one, and then there's like a death angel. It's like its wings are like, its arms are back and it's sat like that. Like its face. It's like a skull.
That's been like made with the folly.
It's been like shaped with like cement or whatever they used, all chipped directly out the rock from the time.
Who was doing that?
But it's creepy. Like there's like loads of witchcraft stuff left in there from people who are going down. So
Yeah, doing
whether
some
they're
dodgy
doing
stuff.
rituals and stuff.
Doing podcasts on
But that, yeah. And there's nuns, because it was a nunnery. There's like loads of nuns' graves.
Yeah.
So talking about creepy, that is actually creepy.
That sounds fucking creepy.
They're only like crosses to mark where they are, and
Yeah.
they're like dotted about in all this overgrown grass.
Oh,
And they all had like a lot of them had like Polish surnames, like,
right,
sister. I
Like,
can't remember her name, but
yeah, I
they were
would
all
have Polish
they all
names.
a lot of Polish, like Wozniak,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of name. So this was in Wales.
That's the Cyclops cave.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that sounds.
Because I did go there at night because I was on my way to
At night as well.
yeah, I was on my way to Anglesey for
Yeah.
a couple of nights. Like I said, when I did them other ones.
Mm.
So what I did was, the fun thing is, if you're going in a direction, you can hit.
Yeah, just like plan your route and just pick them all
You can
up.
hit them on the way there. So instead of going like on the main road, you just go all around the coast.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
stuff there. If it's on your maps on the way and on the way back, any others,
Yeah.
as long as you're going round and stuff.
Yeah, I think caves are like I've been to Crank Caverns before they filled them in. Bastards.
Brutal.
But that was always weird. I only ever went there like late on at night as well.
Yeah.
And that's not even like a proper fucking cave system.
Yeah.
Go down there and like
So
oh.
the farmers backfilled that now.
Yeah.
So because people have been going down the Mousey, well, it's called the Mousey. The other one, I don't know what the main thingy one is, where anyone can go.
Yeah, yeah.
It was full of loads of litter because I lit up my torch. I've got a fairly bright torch, and it's just full of shit, graffiti, Nazi swastikas.
What the fuck?
And it's like, obviously, these places you find, it's like people of interest who go to them, and then people who like drinking and spray painting walls. But for some reason, in a lot of these places as well, you'll find swastikas, and it's strange that these people still exist. Do you know?
Yeah.
I find it really odd that these people who paint these things, they're always in these weird.
Yeah, why would you be painting them of all places?
It just fascinates me that there's two ends of the scale that are like kind of that you see in these caves. Because obviously they're sitting off to go drinking, and they've took torches down there and stuff. But
That thing is like that'd be like the worst place I'd find to go sit off and drink in the bottom of Crank Caverns.
Yeah, but
It's like dead cold
I
as
don't
well.
know why you want to like take yourself away from everything.
I know.
So much.
Like
it's teens, innit? They can have a drink and
it's better, like, just go in a field or something instead. Go down deep in a cave, pitch black.
But yeah, I've litter picked outside there, but it's actually owned by Crank Caverns is owned by the house that's next to it. It's actually classed as private land,
Yeah.
but it's just open access.
Well, the other one, the main bit where you can go in, that like you could only get so far, couldn't you? But the other bit, the deeper one, had like a little opening, didn't it?
Yeah, you have to crawl in. That's called the Mousey.
And
that's its
that'd
nickname.
go quite far with it.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, I went down. I've not been there as an adult down that. A couple of lads who I know have been, but I went down as a kid when the school took us caving. It was quite interesting.
What's it Crank?
Yeah, there was like
wow,
the school, our local school, took us caving there, so that was
that's
fairly
fucking
interesting.
cool. That.
And they made us cross through this hole because they said the man was like just joking with us, and he said that's the only way through. And then he walked round and was on the other side when we got through this hole. Oh yeah, that's the only thing I remember about it. Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's loads of different like kind of lines out from the kind of urbex, because that's classed as urbex as well, just caving.
Yeah, caving.
Urban exploration is, it's like a broad term. I'm trying to think of any other kind of things.
Do you ever like bump into any other explorers while you?
I have done in Liverpool. There's a well, yeah, in other the very popular ones you usually bump into them.
Well, that must be funny, that in a way.
That scared the shit out of me. That if I was like dead quiet walking rather than abandoned house.
Yeah.
You're like, obviously you I know I'm all right, and then you're weighing them up and seeing if they're all right.
You'd be on edge anyway.
But a lot of people are there. They've got all the gear. It's expensive.
Yeah, cameras and everything.
Well, like you're saying earlier, some people will go with proper film gear professionally. They'll do like cinematics, you know, where they'll film a room and then they'll do like a pan with cinematics.
Yeah.
And then they'll cut to it as like a break while he's still talking, and it'll all be like cool, and then it'll cut back to the Explore.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And then there's like I started with a Canon and that.
Yeah,
and
what do you bring?
I just take my phone now.
Yeah.
And then I've only bought like a gimbal with it, so I can put a couple of lights on. But I've just started using it. I'm lazy. I just start using my head torch and just my phone a lot of the time,
Keep it simple.
just to document it. If I did the effort, you know, if I made the effort, and like these guys, you know, I've got the skills to make them, but it's just there's enough of them, and I can't be asked because I'm not interested in, let's say, being one of the
fucking get
I'll
thousands
stick it
of
on.
views.
I'll spend like, if you've got an iPhone, I don't know if you've got an iPhone, but that thing iMovie's on there, so that you can make a decent video with that bit of editing. And I've made some good ones, and then others are just banging on. I think everybody's seen this one. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point just sitting there wasting my time. I've got loads of other stuff to do, so I just bang it on as a post. Mainly a lot of my Facebook friends who don't get opportunity. And hardly any. I think I've been because I've been blocked. I think they push me down the algorithm now, and nobody sees it. I get like 2 views, and I'm like, there's no point anymore. Like, start thinking. I'll have to stop posting memes on Facebook.
Your reviews of cans.
Yeah, and I did. Like I say, it's mood as well. I get winter time. I can't function. I get like. That's another thing. I do it for mental health because wintertime I really get really low, like, you know, seasonal affective.
Yeah.
If you can get out and do stuff like that, but when like kind of during these months, apart from these 2 days that we've just had,
It's sweltering.
like it switches on and I've got more energy and I feel like doing stuff. So it's
I know.
There's a lot of that involved with it as well.
But it must be, you know, like when it's snowing, it must be pretty dangerous. Well, I suppose it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think of urbex when it's like winter. Really.
Yeah. What about? Is there any dangerous places? You must come across.
You're so desperate for danger, aren't you?
No, I'm just thinking like you must come across a few places.
There
where
are.
Like,
I bet those the mine shafts.
like mines.
Yeah, people who do that. There's floors that are given way, like in some of these buildings, and you've got to like watch your step if you're up a couple of floors and stuff. Some of these are like kind of big buildings as well, so it's just like crunchy floors. You've just got to avoid them.
Yeah,
I went to
fucking hell, yeah.
I went to Liverpool docks. There's a few knocking around there. That was dodgy. There's just like obviously metal things protruding out, and if you just slip and fall on them. But like I say, a lot of these ones, these expert ones who like go out all the time, you see them like they're doing it for the danger. A lot of them enjoy like walking across beams and filming it because again it gets people's hearts racing, like them fellas who hang off them buildings. That's another roof-topping is another part of.
I never even thought of that. Yeah, well that's part of it.
Roof-topping is part of the urbex community. There's a guy there's a guy on the forums, he one of his favourite hobbies is roof-topping, so it's all about, so the thrill is getting to places that not many people would be able to get access to unless you work it out and get up there. So there's a guy who so you might see like a church that's having its roof done. So if there's scaffolding on it, they'll get on top of it, and you'll be able to see a view of your town or a town in the city that from a perspective that nobody's ever seen before.
That's interesting, actually.
So going up someone else's scaffold.
Yeah, well, there was a church not far from here that got pretty popular, and so you could get on the roof there and you could go into where the clock tower was and everything. It was like the stairs were probably about this wide.
Yeah.
And you're just walking up like that. You know, you've seen churches and you see like the
spiraling, yeah.
So I'm just looking out and just filming. It's amazing because you're there on your own again, and it's nice cool breeze. And
I bet that would be cool, yeah.
Again, after a while they get resealed because they become popular. So they just cover them up with boards, but you've got to rely on the local youths to take some of these boards off because that's where they go drinking and stuff. And so it's you don't want them doing it because they wreck the places, but
they
on the other side is they're leaving. So it's like it's a interesting relationship. You've got to rely on people to open up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I bet with pubs as well, like you were saying about they're quite popular, but they're always like metal plated up and stuff, aren't they?
There's like companies that do that, isn't there?
So people just bend them open and get inside.
All those kids, perfect.
But yeah, a lot of the time, because of the nature of it, and naturally, if you're in somebody's property, people are going to be a bit like, obviously some people are a bit overreacting and they'll have weapons and stuff. But
Yeah. See, I keep thinking about that. Like, what you just come across like somebody who's just in the dark and he just tries to take you out. What are you doing here? Fucking, I'd shit myself, man.
Yeah. And then you'd pull out your handgun.
Yeah, and they'll be like, I'm a bird.
But yeah, it's like I say, you're not supposed to be there, but as a hobby and as a thing,
Yeah, I'm listening to it thinking, like, and I know some of the people who are listening to this will go, well, it's disrespectful, isn't it, going on someone else's land and stuff? But I think I'm sat here listening to you talk about it, and it's like the respect that you've got for it's admirable.
Yeah, it's like more than just fucking, like...
people think it's criminal, but they don't know the law. They just make it up themselves because it's taboo. That's all. Because it's something that you are crossing a line. You are, and you are kind of, that you are slightly doing something wrong, but you're not doing anything wrong in terms of you're just going taking pictures.
Yeah, it's a civil matter, isn't it?
If you're interested in history and you're capturing something that will be gone forever, these people, what happens is the ones who do sell them, which I didn't finish on the one in Anglesey, because so many people were going to that time capsule. This is sad. The farmer took all the stuff out, put it in a field and burnt it all because he got sick of people going over the field.
What the
So that's stunning. So the people who have caught that,
I've got it.
I've got it.
Captured it.
And I'll send you the video of that one I'm on about.
Yeah.
I'll link it to you. And it's so sad knowing that he has done that because he doesn't understand and it doesn't mean anything to him. It's like builders, these big fat cats who just are getting 250 grand an house on these estates where they just pull something down.
Yeah.
They're not interested. It's not a hobby to them. They just want the money, and that's what happens to a lot of these buildings. So a lot of the urbexing is also about documenting history as well.
Yeah,
and
like said, isn't there? Yeah.
Like you said, these ones that you watch and stuff like that, they'll literally research it so they've got nothing left, and then they'll do a full-on video with every bit of information, and it's
that History Seekers one, that's how they do it. It's like full history breakdown of everything.
Yeah, there's a guy who does. He does the railway. That's another one. Railways and stuff, railway tunnels, abandoned tunnels where they don't exist and stuff. So there's still stuff. I think there's a bit of a track in Liverpool that was half a garage, and they couldn't get the cars out, so the cars are still down there in this railway tunnel and stuff like that. Yeah.
What the hell?
But I'm not sure it's a.
It must be mad coming across stuff. Like say, if you didn't even know about those places, and you just somehow ended up, what's that there, and go through, and you're like, what the fuck?
It happens a lot. There's some of the places that people have found. There's like stuff like a guy found. Again, I think it might be the same people, but he found a skull in a garden, and then the police come, but he's there filming and stuff like that. And again for the drama, because it gets views, but a lot are known for bullshitting. Again, I'm not getting involved with the drama of who they are, but they do get exposed and they do get ousted and stuff like that. But it's up to them. Again, it's a line of what you want. Some of them want to do it for a living, to get entertainment, and so the purists who are just, you should be just going, exploring and leaving. The other side is doing it for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, them entertainment side, they're gonna. That's where you got the element of like the bullshit coming in, haven't you?
Because they've got to make it a bit more exciting.
They've got to push stuff.
Again, some of the explorers, they have their own stickers printed off, and they leave a sticker, and then when the next person comes, they'll leave a sticker, and so there's again people who think that's bad because that is still technically leaving something, where that's not the pure rule of leave. Take pictures and leave without any trace. Yeah. But others want to put the sticker on so people will go on the channels, socials, and
see,
and we'll join the thing. So it's like, yeah, it's interesting, it's fun.
Mm.
But
Do you think it's gone a lot very popular?
over
Like, I'm thinking
the last 2 years with the
Yeah.
pandemic, it exploded, and it's gone really, really bad. As in terms of like with the tour bus
Yeah.
thing, and people stealing and people setting fires.
Yeah.
It's gone like, because nobody was doing anything, so everybody was doing that.
Yeah.
All the well, I'm not blaming actually teens. I nearly said one demographic, but there's adults that have been caught and smashing
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
up as well. So I can't blame
Mm.
one
What
group
about
of
like?
people.
No, you got me thinking now. Like, when do you think it like started? You like, because was there a community of it in like the 60s? Like,
Well, it's
or is it just come about through like social media? Like,
so
internet?
you've got
Has it come about from that? Like sharing it, over that?
it's spread from that, I think, but there's like in America, you've got abandoned gold mines, so it is massive in America. You've got like abandoned towns because of the gold, the old
yeah.
gold mines or
Yeah.
the gold rush,
A full town, just
stuff like
abandoned.
that. And then you've got like obviously in Europe and stuff like that. There's all like World War II stuff, and
Oh yeah.
I think obviously it's grew because people can communicate more. But I reckon before the internet, it was probably like something people did, but not on the scale it is now. But like
Yeah.
everything else, everything's been saturated and categorized.
Yeah, that's
So
it. Everything's exploded.
like
Saturated.
music's been destroyed by the internet, but
Yeah.
there's also some great things have coming out of it, because you look at like, I'm not a big fan of TikTok, but you look at like Stranger Things and like what's gone on with Kate Bush, and
And
like
Metallica.
a generation, like a new generation is appreciating that kind of music in
Yeah.
a new way.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm not listening to that oldie stuff, like.
Steve loves Strange Things, don't you, Steve?
No, I don't like it. No, I was watching the fourth one last night.
Series, or
The fourth series, and it's just I don't know.
we're not saying seasons, we're not American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just felt like the storyline was just. It just felt I don't know. They just pulled it out.
I can't get into it. I'll keep trying with it.
Yeah.
The other thing I can't get into is Peaky Blinders and this. I can't get. Maybe I'm not intellectual enough, but I can't get into the like. I don't know if you've seen The Boys. That is amazing.
Oh, the superhero.
I've
It
not
is
seen
amazing.
Yeah, I've had.
But I can't get into why people are hyping Stranger Things up.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Is it?
The
There's a lot of
aesthetics-
dialect in it.
You know what? I watched. No, I don't.
Oh, is it the 80s kind
think
of
there's-
retro
there's that
feel? I
retro-
like that.
Yeah.
I like the music.
Yeah,
just
yeah. The
do-do-do-do-do.
synthwave and
You know,
everything. But the storyline's just silly.
I can't
It's
like
they're
say.
just made out of nothing, and they're trying to force a storyline that's
No-
just silly.
There's no content there. There's no.
It's just like some weird
sustenance.
fucking
It's just-
upside down. Monster shit. It's just I watched part of season 3. I didn't even finish. See, I just jumped on season 4
Yeah.
the other day. But I found like I was watching it. I wanted to watch the kids. Like just them just doing the like kids stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would have been happy if they got rid of all the fucking
Yeah.
monster shit, and it was just following the kids.
Just getting up to what they do. In,
Yeah, that was
in
that was
Navy.
class. And then all the fucking monster shit comes in. And I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed.
Yeah, I get into certain shows and then I get it. Like The Last Kingdom. I don't know if you've seen that one. Have you seen The Last Kingdom?
It's like medieval.
Yeah, it's like
it's
that's
the
like
Vikings.
it's like better than I think it's better than Vikings and Game of
Yeah.
Thrones. I mean, they're all equally amazing, but this thing, and then it's one of them that gets popular later on. I was watching it when it was on BBC,
Yeah.
like ages ago, and then obviously the BBC cancelled and Netflix took it on, and I was like, no way, it's back. Like I'd never thought I'd ever see any more episodes of it again. It's one of them shows where I thought it's ended. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then Netflix took it on, and I was like, it was
Here
like
we
a new
go.
new lease of life. There was a series called, what's it called? The Night Of. I don't know if
The Night
you might have not caught it.
No.
And it was absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
And the writing, the drama, the way, the story, and they've not done another season
Yeah,
of it. They
just
just
left it.
ended it and went. And I'm searching, will it come back? Will it come back?
Yeah.
And it's like the director's not interested. Blah 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 blah. blah. But it is amazing.
When was that made?
I think it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's a guy who, I mean, it's like this. I think he's a taxi driver, and he goes out on a night and he picks a girl up to take her somewhere, and she says, "Come and have a sit with me and have a chat," because there was she was going through something, and he sat with her by the coast.
Yeah.
And he ends up going back to her apartment, and I think he has some drugs with her. And what it is he just wakes up in the kitchen, and she's just murdered all over her bedroom, like she's everywhere. And then it goes on from there, and he gets convicted and in jail.
Good there.
And it's flipping unreal, and you'll recognise the actors in it because they're in other stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't. He's like a really skinny guy, Asian guy. His family taxi drivers. I think his dad's a taxi driver. I can remember rightly, and he ends up in jail, and he ends up like hench as hell and everything because he's got to survive in there, and he's doing jobs for this guy and everything. But he's innocent, like.
Yeah, I get you.
Or is he? It's one of them.
Makes you question.
You'll never know.
I thought it was going to come.
Yeah,
it was unreal. Anyway, that's another recommend for you. The Night Off. It's The Night Off. ... And it's not. I don't even think it's on Netflix anymore. But I think you can find it on like Daily Motion.
Maybe Netflix might pick it up again. I don't know.
He said he's not doing it again. It was like, again, I know it's popular on Breaking Bad, but that was unreal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a funny story actually about you, Kel, with that. When I watched it and I watched Breaking Bad like the very when it was on the.
It was on at like 3:00 in the morning on Channel 5, wasn't it?
When it
I was there
first came out.
because I'm like. My classes with my job, but I like sitting up early hours if I'm not in work the next morning. And I caught on to this series, like you're probably gonna say, and I'm going, what the hell is this? And I started like a few like episodes or thingy in because you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on here?
And the next minute it exploded into
well, it was
the public.
I remember watching it. I remember telling you and Joe in science, and you were saying it was shit and everything.
No, we watched it all though.
No, but like this was like you watched it like a year after.
Yeah.
And then I remember first telling you, and you were going, "Oh, that sounds shit." That, and then a year later,
it was weird, wasn't it?
Explodes
when
and
Netflix picked it up, didn't it?
And I'm like, "That's the program."
That's the show. It was on like really early hours or really late.
Yeah.
And when you jump into it and you see what's going on, it's not that it like thingy, but once you watch it from like the very beginning,
right from the
and
start.
the way it draws you through to the very end, it was unreal.
Yeah, it's a good show. That.
Sons of Anarchy. That was amazing.
I haven't watched that.
Have you
Sons
not?
Of Anarchy.
So that's another one. Yeah. If you like Breaking Bad, I always say watch Sons of Anarchy because it puts you in that same kind of like mindset. That wow.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Like The Boys is the same as well. It's they're like
superheroes, isn't that? Aren't they?
It's well, the writing and the way they've done stuff, the subtle little things, and you go, you bastards. You know what I mean? Like in program, I like that kind of cleverness. I can't explain like intellectually like the words, but when you're watching, you go, "You clever fuckers."
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And you go, and that's what I like about things. And Stranger Things, it probably seems it's like I'm not a big book reader, but it seems like people who are book nerds who are proper into it and they always go, it's not as good as the books, but they still watch it, and I think they get a bit of pleasure out of watching it and comparing it to. I always think they do that. It's like Lord of the Rings. I've always been a visual person, and Lord of the Rings is amazing, like the films, and I've always absorbed visually from stuff. Yeah. And I'll sit and read a book and read first page. And I forgot what it said.
Yeah.
I love history, me. The problem I've got is I love history, but I can't retain it in my head. So if something was like 1576, I'm on the next page, and somebody says to you, if I say like, I've just read a book on like fucking galleons back then, and it was this one was built. I cannot remember the dates, but there's people who remember specifics like that, and I'll go, how the hell?
How do you?
Yeah, that's him. That he just plucks dates out of.
I think
out of thin air.
Pluck stuff.
I remember telling someone like I feel like I can picture the timeline of everything.
Yeah.
Like I put everything on one timeline.
Yeah. And
like in the middle is like medieval, and then it zooms out a bit in my head when it goes. But then I've got like a visual timeline of everything.
Well, that's what I mean, because I used to love, like I'm fascinated with like Roman stuff. I used to watch there was a series called Rome. I don't know if you ever saw that. It was like a BBC series. Yeah. And then there was Spartacus, that was really good.
Yeah, I
Did you remember
that as
watching
well.
that? That
Yeah.
was a really good series. And
That was like a porno at times. As
yeah,
well,
and
wasn't it?
that fella died of cancer, and they had to replace
Yeah.
the main fella with cancer. It's awful. That like, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Andy. Some.
I can't remember his name.
But that again, that was awesome. Well written. I know, like it went a bit like naughty, but
I remember
it
watching
was
that a few
like
times.
because it was so raw. Like it said, it's probably like similar to
Well, that
kind of.
that,
But
that Rome, they said that was like a almost documentary, wasn't
yeah,
it? As well as like
it's
a
good
show.
drama. That
Yeah.
I've still got the DVD unopened there because I was watching it on like stream. But
I bought Ocean's 11 the other day. Ocean's 11 and 12, and I watched it on Netflix.
yeah.
I was like, why
It's
did
weird,
they even
innit?
buy it? I bought it for
It's
a
like
quid
those- I
in,
see-
whatever.
See those people who like it comes on ITV2 Gremlins, and they're there. They put on Facebook watching it's on ITV2 Gremlins, and I'm like, you can just literally put it on. It's weird how
Yeah.
people go, oh, we're settling down to watch a film because it's on ITV2. It's weird how it must
Yeah,
feel
you-
nostalgic, and there's adverts in the middle of it. It must
Yeah,
feel,
why are you doing that?
Yeah. I think it's the laziness. People don't want to pick a film ever, do they?
Yeah.
I
They just want it.
all the
I
time
know
just
it's
put
on.
film 4 on.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of history, it's like medieval times Rome, and then like Rome left it, and it was like obviously medieval times then.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm really crap, but some people like yourself can just pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It
we'll be doing
annoys me.
We'll be doing a podcast about something, and we'll go down a little tangent, and then Steele just start reeling off about a completely different time in history, and it's like, and he'll go, "Sorry, this is all off the top of my head." I just fucking run with it. Go.
It's mad.
I think I just visualise it.
It was good. It's good
Visualise
to have. It's good to have people who don't know and people knowing, and
Mm.
you can like talk about it, isn't it? So you can.
The what madness is what some people can just reel off fucking quotes, from films,
Yeah.
and like I can't do any of that.
No,
Some people can just talk the whole script from a film, line for line, can't they?
Yeah.
Chew your ear
That's
off
it.
with it. You're like, what the fuck?
that's
My
true.
short-term memory's terrible now.
Yeah. No, I've watched my memory just fucking deplete recently.
We all need to replace Sudoku or something.
Brain games.
Yeah.
Remember them on what was that console? I don't even.
Wait.
The Wii. That was
Yeah.
terrible. That you had to put batteries in it. Everything's there. You want something that charges on a thing.
Yeah.
They're there. You have to get batteries.
Fucking batteries.
Yeah, I went through a time where I was doing crosswords quite a bit, but
Crosswords is good.
do you know what? And I started this. I was doing like every day doing a crossword, and then I saw like when I didn't do it, and now I just can't do them.
Yeah.
So wait, what's it? You picked up like to a good standard, do you mean?
Yeah, and
And
the thing with
now-
crosswords is the clues are repeated all the time. And I've noticed this when my dad likes to show off
Yeah.
and just smash a crossword out in about 10 minutes. And I'm like, all the because you sit there every day with the mirror and do the crossword.
So he knows the clues rather
Yeah.
than it just having to properly think as
yeah,
well.
yeah. No, he does as well.
Crosswords are good. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's other good brain training?
Chess.
Chess.
So Steve always asks me, come play chess. Come down a bit earlier and we'll have a game of chess.
Yeah.
And I don't play. I've never played a full game of chess ever in my life. I just think that it would not be
Not enough people play chess. It's really. I enjoy it. Me.
Oh, it's great. You love it. Honestly, you like it.
Yeah, I probably would.
Once you get it, it's really good because when you start thinking of strategies, and you can spend. I mean, in history, people have spent months because they'll say. I mean, there's stories of people who are like, say, on ships in those times, medieval times, or whatever,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
1800s or whatever,
Yeah.
and because they're on for so long. And the aim of the game is obviously to beat your opponent. They will spend months and they will sit and look because they will not let that other person win. Because
Yeah.
if you're
Analyse.
preoccupied with that, winning that game,
Yeah.
and you're on for months on the sea for months, then
Yeah,
it's in your favour to sit and
Yeah, proper take it in.
Did you ever play strategy game? Did you ever? What was that? Red Alert, Command and Conquer. Have you ever played out like that?
Command
Oh
and
yeah,
Conquer, yeah.
Command and Conquer.
You've probably played stuff like that. So it's a similar. Command and Conquer takes it to another level because you're obviously building villages or whatever and,
Yeah.
and vehicles and stuff. But it works. Your brain works in that same.
Yeah.
Once you get it, you're going. If he does that, and that, then he'll
That's
do
it.
that,
It's,
that,
it's
and
taking
that.
it all in and
You- you-
thinking all the
you-
different things.
You do like 20 moves in advance, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
because you know how he's, and you've got to work out how his brain's working, your
yeah, how
opponent's
is
brain's
he
working,
thinking as well?
That's-
It's great.
and you'll do it, and you'll make one move, and you'll not see that there's one of the pieces was there, and you'll go, shit, and you're hoping that they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And it does get exciting. I came fourth in school in the chess competition.
That's a good. That's good.
That's not
That's
bad.
some level.
Yeah.
That. See, that's what I mean. I probably would enjoy it, but I need another beginner to play with.
No, because I could
Just
play.
guide you through it.
I could play with you and like.
I'll lend you that game.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, play against the computer.
But I could make openings for you. You know, like
No, I don't want you to give it to me.
no,
though.
not give it, but like like a beginner wouldn't.
No,
I could-
if
I
I
could-
play.
But everyone who's
To
learned
learn.
chess has always learned from somebody who knows how to play.
Yeah.
Like you
So
know,
it's
the different
always
things to do.
it's you always play somebody who knows how to play, because then they can guide you. Because
You pick things up as well.
it's basically a number of moves, and it's just knowing that you can go that way with that one so many times, that way with that one so many times, and once you pick that up, it's on your own.
Yeah.
It's off your
Yeah.
own back to strategically work out where they're gonna do their move.
Yeah, and see where they're gonna go with it.
It's picking up, because obviously the front row, they're all the same.
I think I know
and then
where-
you've got two of everything, so you've
Yeah.
only got to learn 5 things. It's 5 moves, really.
I think I know
Yeah.
where all the things move. I just think like there's certain, like you're saying about the strategies. That's what would.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only advantages of someone who knows how to play is that they can work out
They've got a
bit
plan.
better strategies.
But see, that
and-
just comes from playing it.
Them pros know it like mathematics. Them like like the Russian ones. Did you watch that? What, the Queen's Gambit, was it?
No,
that
I haven't
series
seen
with that girl.
no.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That's another decent series. But they work in the same people, them ones who can count cards and stuff like that. They're not working in a
They're not playing
they're
the
not
game.
working in a fun way. They're working
Yeah.
in a I'm going to destroy you like like pattern. They know patterns. They know
Yeah.
every single like mathematical route that you could do possible. You know, if you put that there, he's going like, you know, like Prison Break. He's broke. It's all flawed. It's like it is. It's unreal.
Yeah, but that only comes from playing it. You just gotta play it. Just gotta do it.
Just keep playing.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
But if
It got last night. It got really intense in me and Matty.
Is
Like-
Matty good at it?
Yeah,
He
he's
picks
decent.
stuff up really quickly. Oh, Matty doesn't.
He's decent. We finished the game, one game, and we both only took 3 pieces. Like,
Really?
Like usually you finish a game where like all of them have been taken and stuff, but it was like that intense. It was like set up, like we couldn't do anything, and then eventually I found some
A route.
some incredible how I pulled it out. I don't know, but
But you're really, really.
and
happy
I was
with
having
yourself.
I was having 8.2% westerns as well. Could
Wow.
feel it in my head.
yeah, it's better than drafts anyway. That's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Drafts is a cop out.
yeah. I used to love Command and Conquer back in the day.
What's the other one?
Red Alert was amazing.
What's the one where it's like
It's the one with kings and horses and stuff.
Yeah.
There's that other one as well.
Come
Age of Empires?
Yeah, that's it.
Age
Total
of
War as
Empires.
well.
Civilization.
Civilization.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That I used to play that online with a couple of lads from work. That was mad, that game.
Oh, I'm gonna play them again now they're in my head.
Yeah, they're like those good, like long drawn out games,
Yeah.
aren't they, as well?
You got to sit down and properly play it.
Yeah.
The best thing that ever happened to gaming was multiplayer online. It's like I don't know if you ever played like Modern Warfare or like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people play. I never ever played the actual game. I used to just always go online. I used to love. I love the. I'm not like I don't like. I'm not competitive. I just enjoyed the fact that
You just
you're
playing
playing against other people
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the world. And
Yeah.
the concept of it.
yeah, PUBG. That was good.
PUBG. I've never played that.
No, I didn't play that.
That was like have you heard of what's it called? It was free. Well, no, I think I actually paid 20 quid for it for the is it beta when you
Yes.
get
Oh,
you can
yeah,
play
yeah.
it before
Yeah.
and then it ended up free. What's it called? The last. Oh. You're walking around, but it's in real time. So do you know like games like usually like every hour's like a minute or whatever.
Oh,
This was in real time. You'd be walking for 2 hours across this map and not come across anything, and then it'd say "I am hungry," and you'd sit, and all that would be was the zombies on it. What's
Is
it
it
called?
The Last of Us?
DayZ.
There's The Last of Us, is it?
There's
Oh,
The
I
Last of
remember
Us.
Days Edge.
Days
Yeah.
Edge.
Is that the one? Yeah.
And you'd be walking along this train track, and and then you'd be stood eating apples, and he wouldn't be. Your character wouldn't be full at all, and you'd just be like,
What, it's super realistic?
like in time. The graphics were shit. I think it's better now. I think more people play it.
Yeah.
But when you did get to someone, it was fun. But if somebody was on it who'd been on it a long time, you'd just be dead straight away. So you've walked for 2 hours, and then they'd shoot you.
Yeah.
You like there's like it's like is it Rust?
Yeah.
People are playing. It's similar to that, but a bit. It was awful. I don't know if it's changed now, but you'd be walking, and I've wasted 2 hours. I mean, I like you like action and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then after that, PUBG and all the battle royale games came out. Because obviously
what's the other one that all the kids play now?
Fortnite.
Yeah. I had to go with that, but it's not for me. That
I
like Warzone. Yeah.
I tried to play that again the other day for the first time in months. It was hard work.
I try update. If I've not updated it, you just sat. It's like hours and hours.
Yeah.
Thingy gigabytes, but
yeah.
Like obviously Modern Warfare seemed to do it right when it's not.
Back in the day,
Activision. What's the other one? I think is it Activision who do?
Treyarch.
Is it them who do the rubbish one?
Or was it Bio Infinity War?
There's one that used to come out. Obviously, they've shared the thing, don't they?
Yeah, they do one off.
The one in November.
Yeah.
I think they were the rubbish ones.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, Infinity Wars is the good one when it used to go with the thing.
Is that it? Yeah.
And then there's the.
I haven't played any of the new Call of Duties. Like.
Yeah, I don't. I've tried not game anymore because it just wastes so much time. If you like productive time, there's not much.
Yeah, you can just go, can't it?
Once you get into it, like GTA, like back then, GTA, the last GTA, what was it, 5?
Yeah.
I used because there was six of us used to come on from work, and it was hilarious because we were all on as a team.
Yeah.
We had a laugh, and then I think that was on PS3, and then 4 came out, and everyone bought new PS4s and bought the game again. And it broke everyone up. I'm thinking, I'm not buying that all again just to play it on there. And then he ended up with a PS4, but everyone had moved on from that game then. But that was brilliant because
we put some me and a few of the lads put some real hours into GTA 5.
If you had a group of people who you knew and you could all meet up, and you knew some of the mods and stuff. It was a laugh. And the glitches where you jumped into walls. Yeah. We had one where we jumped into this shop.
Urban exploring on GTA.
Yeah. We jumped into this shop. You had to stay on this ledge, and all these people were just coming past, and you just killed all teams. It was.
Is that the one with Trevor in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one before that?
GTA 4.
Was it GTA?
Or like Gay Tony or whatever. Ballad of Gay Tony.
God, I can't remember actually.
I
haven't played anything after PS3.
Yeah. No.
My gaming and then even PS3, I only played Skyrim and Fallout and Oblivion and all those RPGs. Yeah. Like my gaming's stopped there.
See, I had them all. I've got PS5 now, and that's just literally a £600 Netflix.
That's what I mean. I think there's not enough. There's not enough to encourage me to get one. Yeah. I don't game enough now.
No.
I've got PS3 and 4 just full of dust under me telly, and say, use it for YouTube sometimes.
If I stop gaming, I feel like I need to go outside. I need to counter it. If I'm sat for too long gaming, I remember just fucking I need to go outside. Just even stand in the garden or something.
Yeah, I like it on a lazy Sunday. Yeah. Sunday night, put a career mode on for a couple of hours. Or something like that.
I will say Modern Warfare 2 was my favourite of all. Modern Warfare 2 was amazing.
Unbelievable game.
Just for the time, obviously graphics have improved and gameplay has improved.
Yeah.
But that was just for kind of camping and everything, and
so good.
That was a proper camper.
What was that shotgun on it? The one where you could it was fuck. Yeah. And them guns, the wooden guns, fucking. I can't even remember the names of them.
No.
It was the snow map I liked. The ones with it was like a junkyard. Can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
That was a good game, though.
What about the Black Ops? First Black Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops was good. Which is the one with the nuclear thingy family and.
Yeah,
I
think that's Nuketown, isn't it?
Nuketown.
Yeah, that's Black Ops. Yeah.
That was brilliant. I did like that.
They were good, the early, but that period.
The concept of it was fun. Yeah. And I always think the glitches were fun, and I hate the fact that obviously they've called it unfair, but the glitches you just laugh because you're in hysterics when you
Yeah.
end up stuck in a wall and you. But
Yeah, it started dying at Black Ops 2.
They're so fine tuned now, and they're
Yeah.
so like just produced for the masses. Like
which was that one that was like set in the future a couple of years ago.
yeah,
Infinity
that-
War or something.
oh, like
You got thingy with it, like remastered Modern Warfare remastered with it,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I
like
was just playing the remastered
Advanced
version of
Warfare or
Advanced-
something.
that. Yeah,
it,
that was
that's
just
it, yeah.
rubbish.
What
You
about
could walk along the walls.
Yeah.
And jump like
Yeah.
you had,
Yeah, a little jetpack,
jetpacks,
yeah.
Did you ever play COD 5 World at War?
I did play World at War.
That
We
was
A
used to
bit.
That was raw. That.
blow people's legs off and
Yeah,
stuff.
you have a pistol and it just blows the legs off. That was like there was like 5 guns on it.
Trench gun.
Yeah,
After that, no, I
trench gun.
think what was it? What's the other one that's Battlefield?
Battlefield.
played that.
Battlefield.
I
Battlefield.
played the World War II one of that.
Oh yeah, 1940.
Oh no, the other one, World War One, wasn't it?
Yeah, Battlefield. World. I think it was literally called World War.
What was it called? That?
World War. That
Yeah.
was brilliant. That
Yeah.
game.
was that? What was
with the
one?
horses and the tanks and
They,
stuff.
them-
Yeah.
they had good maps. Battlefield. Like,
Yeah.
proper big maps.
I never played back because I was always like kind of loyal to COD.
Yeah.
But then when that World War come out, that was unreal.
What, do you ever play Bad Company? Battlefield Bad Company. They were good.
Oh,
them
the
ones.
original one.
Yeah.
Were they the first? Well, I remember playing them on like PS3 or something like that.
That's, but I think if you were loyal to COD, you probably wouldn't have played.
No,
because they were.
that's
at
all.
the
It's the only
same
game I
time.
bought. I think that and GTA was the only COD and GTA
COD
was
and
the only.
GTA.
I used to finish work and then just play them
Yeah,
just
but
to
last
wind down.
Yeah, they're so expensive now as well. Games.
That's what I'm saying.
I was looking the other day. It's like £70.
Fucking 70 quid.
Yeah.
Then all the controllers and all the.
Yeah, everything's just so expensive.
I'd rather like spend that. I'd rather like go somewhere for the night.
Yeah.
70
So
quid.
I've got, like I say, it was affordable. Gaming was affordable and it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now it's like you'll get one, and then it's moved on again and too fast.
yeah.
It's like I've not got that kind of money
I
to.
haven't even completed the other games.
That's it. Yeah, you don't have the time to do it anymore either.
Yeah.
Before the next massive games come out that you need to go and get.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's all fucking mental. Oh, how long have we gone here, Steve?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Bloody hell.
2 hours.
Good job I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah. Has that flown by there?
Yeah, I mean,
I've cooled down. I've kind of climatised a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I feel it's hot.
if you keep still, you don't
Yeah.
really suffer.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
If you sat still, but when I'm out working, I've got to keep moving. Or if because when it's beating down on you,
Oh, stay out of it.
you've got to just keep moving in it because there is a slight breeze, if you get what I mean. Like
Yeah,
the
little breeze hit. Yeah.
even though it's still.
If you're moving, I noticed that with the heat we were like 35 degrees yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was walking through Leeds, and like I was trying to waft my hands a little bit just to feel like a slight breeze, and it was warm, like going
Yeah.
through, and I was like, that's just like it was like thick the air.
Wafting your hands.
Yeah.
Like walking like an orangutan or something.
Yeah, literally like wafting my hands, trying to cool my hands down.
In Leeds.
Yeah, and it was like
Yeah,
like someone was
thick.
breathing.
Thick, warm air.
It is.
Yeah, I realise like people say for this kind of it's close, isn't it? Oh, isn't it close outside?
Hmm.
What? I've never heard.
Yeah, I've heard.
Close.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's close. Just feels very close.
I've
You don't get that?
no way. No.
You know, walk out instantly feel suffocated, like you're trying to walk on fucking.
As if it's like.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
I think.
All
they
right,
mean
now
it
that
like
makes sense. Yeah.
What's a hot planet?
Mars.
No, Mars is cold.
Is it?
Come on, have you not seen The Martian?
No, in the day though it gets warm, doesn't it? And then at night it gets
No, Mars is colder than Earth.
Mercury,
Venus.
Venus, yeah.
Venus.
Venus
What's the order? Well, obviously Mars is colder because it's
'cause it's
further away
further away.
from the sun.
Isn't Mercury closest to the sun?
Mercury.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
Or Venus. They're both closer anyway.
Yeah, both. One of them. That's
But
what
one
it felt
of
like
them,
yesterday.
yeah.
What about the sun?
Yeah, the sun.
Yeah, it felt like walking on the sun. Oh, fucking hell, boys.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to say before we call it a pod?
I don't know.
I'm like honestly, like it's so enlightening to listen to.
Yeah.
Like I was excited when Steve was telling me he's an urban explorer. He's going to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about it. I definitely haven't done any of it, but maybe I've walked through
Yeah.
some.
Have you ever gone anywhere?
I went. There used to be like a club. What are they called? Like a
A club.
Rambling.
like a
Rambling
like
club.
a pool club, something like that.
Like
a
A social club
Yeah.
on Scotch Barn Lane by mine, and it had a basement, and they knocked they knocked the club down, and they were building houses over it. But before they built the houses on, we went down into the basement,
Yeah.
and we did the awful thing and set fires. Like,
Yeah.
You're going to say that on there?
yeah, no, not
Fucking
set fires like,
Yeah,
like an
no, I get it.
arsonist.
Yeah.
I think
That's what
there was
happens.
an old pop football in there, and we lit that on fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
what
get
happens. This is the point. Yeah, I mean that's the point. Obviously, young people they learn, and
Yeah.
obviously when they get older, but they go in and they think, oh, it's abandoned. Let's start a fire, and then
Yeah.
the whole thing ends up on fire. So
People like to. Well, I know there's some buildings back there when I was a kid. I went in, abandoned on the front there, and there's nothing in there. I remember you had to, the back room, the only way to get to it was like over the stairs and then down again. And in the back room was like loads of DVDs, like boxes of DVDs. Oh, and CDs.
yeah.
I remember I don't know how old I was, like 13 or something. I just took loads.
See, now-
in my DVD collection is probably some of the DVDs from
Look at us. We've just admitted
I know,
to
we've
two
just-
Yeah.
crimes
See,
of urban exploring.
you've implicated yourselves there, but there was one in Liverpool. It's a gym above this old nightclub, and it was just full of like old computer gear, like outdated computer gear.
Yeah.
Because you think like when a new technology comes along, masses and masses and masses of that stuff still like been manufactured in, and it all just ends up in landfill.
Oh, yeah, it
And
can't
in
be
this
used.
in this gym, what had just been shut down above this thing, it just all been dumped there. Pardon me, and it's just obsolete. And it's all white, like wires and stuff. I've
Yeah.
got like a box of wires under my bed that sometimes when I need a charger, this has been on. I think, oh, that fits. Check the voltage and it's
Yeah.
compatible.
Yeah.
Well, these things they were like like say like fidget spinners. They're not popular now, but there will be boxes of them somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
There'll be absolutely tons of them that didn't sell, and they're just there piled up like just forever. Either in landfill or in warehouses.
Yeah.
That was just as an example.
I know
But
what
think
you
of
mean,
all
yeah.
the products that have been made, that Amazon make, have shipped over. I mean, a lot of stuff that's shipped from China, they don't send back either because it costs too much to sing it. So it's just impiled. Some of it's auctioned off, but if it's obsolete, if there's no use for it,
Yeah,
it
what's gonna
just
happen
gets
with
put
that?
in landfill. And it's quite shocking.
Yeah.
But like some of these places that you find, it's got like piles of crap like that.
Yeah.
Like headphones that from kids thingies that were like remember all old mobile phones that had before they all went universal, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like where it's got like the certain jack
Oh, and you can't use it for
connector,
any- Yeah, I get
and
it,
it's
yeah.
just what happens to all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
absolutely
interesting. Wait, about like technology as it moves on, all the other stuff. What the fuck?
It's just obsolete. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
It's like those like before like I was thinking like remember when like a mouse wasn't USB
yeah.
and it was like that weird like circle
Yeah.
plug
And with the ball, the ones with
with
the
the
balls.
balls in it. Yeah.
But they'll still exist somewhere.
Yeah.
Every bit of plastic you've probably used, 99.9% of it will be either in landfill or stuck behind some wall somewhere. When you've
In load of boxes.
when you've lobbed a bottle, it's there.
Yeah.
Like it's still there
Yeah.
Well, have you
from
seen?
the 70s. From
Have you seen? Actually, I've got something else to say about that. Actually, just clear on
say it.
about littering, where like nobody's littering that much anymore, and the offset of like people who do litter picks is more than the people littering now.
Mm-hmm.
So like stuff's getting clean. If you like,
So-
a lot of places are getting clean.
Yeah,
now.
because people are volunteering to clear it up,
Yeah, there's more people cleaning than there is people like throwing bottles and shit now, which
Yeah.
is a positive.
which
That
is good.
wasn't
Yeah,
what I was
because
gonna
there's like litter heroes.
Yeah, going around picking
They
up.
got local. They're always in the paper on Facebook, and they like take photos of what they've tidied up, and obviously, and what happens? I mean, you've probably noticed in summertime, everybody chucks the dog shit bags in the bushes because it's all green,
Yeah.
and then when the leaves fall off, they're all there hanging from the trees. So I call them dog shit baubles because they hang off a Christmas tree. That's the nickname I gave them, because you go for a walk in like kind of autumn and they're all there hanging, and
You better just leaving it. Don't be.
like, yeah, that's
picking
what I mean.
up.
It's more
Yeah.
environmentally friendly if you just kick the shit in the bush
Yeah.
instead of like spinning them and Fine enough.
Another thing I was going to say, what they said recently, I don't know how true or where they were up to, but they found like, there's a certain like microbe or something that can eat plastic.
Oh yeah, it's a mushroom.
Is it a mushroom?
Yeah, it's a fungi or whatever.
Yeah, fungi.
That eats plastic.
That eats plastic.
Yeah, it can break down.
I think
plastic.
there's maybe a maggot as well.
Is it? Yeah.
I think there's two, but there is. I think it's definitely a fungus.
Yeah.
Fungi. I don't know what's the technical term.
Well, there's a positive though. You know, maybe if they could harness that, get it on all the plastic shit, break it down.
But yeah, that exists.
Unbelievable.
What a lovely end.
This is the end.
Yeah. Kula, if you'd just like to get everyone to give you a follow, because it's some good stuff on.
Not that you're after the
it's
followers, aren't you?
No, Clout, don't follow me.
Unfollow.
It's Kula_explores on Insta. Kula explores on YouTube, and I think it's the same on Facebook, but I'm on a Facebook ban. So there won't be anything on there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I had 30 days, and then I was only on for 2 weeks, and then I got another 30 days, so...
What
I'm posting stuff that's already on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you think I got it from? So yeah.
Go and give them a follow. Go and give us a follow as well if you're not following us on all our socials.
Yeah.
And other than that, thank you very much.
No worries.
I hope you've enjoyed yourself as well. Like,
yeah, it's been class.
Yeah,
it's all right. I've enjoyed it.
You'll have to come on again.
Yeah,
I will. And we'll talk about more shit, because I feel as though when we go off on one, we can talk about
we
this
can
stuff.
go down
we were
deep
close to
tangents.
going off on video games and Call of Duty there.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like you said. There's all categories you can talk about
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we've got so
and
much.
discuss. Like you say, you can package them up. I understand how the likes of Rogan. I mean, that's mad how he just goes on and on for hours, isn't it? Like hours though.
Yeah,
Like they're saying it'll be 5 hours.
Yeah. What the fuck?
over double this. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Obviously, they've got people on who are like kind of experts in certain fields, and they're like.
Yeah.
But I can understand how they can talk for hours, because once you get going, you can kind of.
That's it, yeah. Like, we gone down so many fucking tangents.
A week ago, we know we've done podcasts where we could have just fucking gone.
What was our film one that we did the other day? The other week? It's like a 2.5 hours.
Action films or the sci-fi
I think it was
one?
action films, yeah.
I think both of them were close.
Yeah, just fucking... just reeling films off for 2.5 hours.
The thing about Rogan is as well, he's got a lovely air-conditioned studio with cold drinks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just using him as an example. That thingy as well. I don't know if you've ever listened to Theo Von. Have you ever?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
He's
so
so
good.
He's an inspiration.
Yeah.
Theo Von's past weekend or whatever.
Yeah, and when he's on with Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
when they're together, it's just the best.
Did you ever watch Thingo with Brendan Schaub?
Oh yeah, the King of the Sting.
When that first, I don't.
Yeah,
it's not that good now.
they've got rid of. I think he's left it, hasn't he? Now?
Yeah, when it first came out, the first few.
Isn't Brendan Schaub hasn't he had some dodgy stuff over the?
I think
hasn't he been
have.
outed a little bit
I
recently?
think that whole circle.
Yeah.
Well, it comes with the comedy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They've had lives and stuff, but yeah, it's dodgy. But it is funny because like say he's like a jock type person, and that's like
Yeah.
a knobhead jock, like typical thing. Yeah.
And Theo.
And then you've got like
Theo's
Theo's
he's
like
an enigma.
he's just another something else.
Yeah, he's feral.
He's so quick-witted as well. Stuff he says.
I am.
Oh,
All right then.
right,
No
guys.
worries. Thanks, guys. I've
Thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with a bit more
Madness. This was brought to you by Merdley Productions.